How's everyone doing? Welcome in. Alrighty, hold on, let's see here. What did we have? Congrats on getting first NJD, congrats on getting second Gerardo, congrats on getting third, 7 talent effects. I just need to fix this so it's not doing the preview in like the highest possible resolution, because I'm sure that's not good for anything. Let's see here. Let me know if you guys can hear my AC going in the background. If you can, I'll just turn it off. I just finally got it set up today, and I am so glad to no longer have to deal without it. We'll move that over there. Yes, hi Gerardo, hi 7. Thank you for the hydration check, Buppo. I did drink some water before stream. Also, Buppo, aren't you live? Go stream. Go do your job. That's the more important job. Also, hi Lunar, welcome in. So, for anyone who hasn't seen this stream schedule this week, it's going to be pretty Student Order heavy, as in we're doing it like 6 days in a row. Because we've been playing this game for so goddamn long. Like, this is one of the debut, like, donathon, marathon, whatever stream games, and I would like to just be done with it. So we're going to try and, like, just power through it. I like the game, but I feel like I've dragged it out a little bit too long. So we're going to see what we can do here. There's a lot of shooting. Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's a newer noise, but I might just be forgetting things. 28. Also, guys, can you guys hear the AC in the background? Is it getting in the way of anything? Is it too loud? Is anything too loud? Is anything too quiet? Also, I'm doing good, One. How are you? Night is quite long. And of course, whenever I'd like to have someone to talk to, those two are gone. Anyway, once tomorrow's meeting ends, I can get back to the real problem. Glad to hear. There shouldn't have been any need to get caught up in this unrelated case at all. I don't have time for this. What am I doing here? Also, I feel like it might not be a bad idea for us to rush through this last bit just so we don't forget things. Because I feel like there's too many things I'm already forgetting from the first 2 sections that we played through. Please watch over me. That may be all the reason I need to be here. That made me happy. Maybe even my hollow self can be of use to others. I don't want to lose anything else. I'm going to overcome tomorrow and get myself back. For sure. So yeah, for those who weren't... Oh. 165 remaining until the end. Okay, so... I think 168 is what we start with. Like, that's the first count. God, I keep on forgetting, because the problem is that it varies between a few of these. But I think we have lost 3 people in this route that we had... Huh? This one. I was about to fall asleep. Also, I don't know if I've ever really gotten an answer for this. When we're doing one of the routes, is everything else that was happening in the other routes still going on? Because I assume it would be. Like, presumably, the attack on the Ministry of Science is still happening right now, right? Like, the dinosaurs are still going apeshit. And presumably, the Zero escape on the health side for the incest minister is still happening. I don't know. Close one. I was about to fall asleep. Piece of evidence. Ray's night watch has been added to the case record. Uh-oh. Nothing good can come from that. It's okay. I can stay up. Plus, the sun's starting to come up. Somebody. Help. Someone help. Was that Mr. Domo? Someone shoot an order? Yes, you can. Who is... Miss Mizuno. Thank goodness you're safe. I'm fine. That's a high stitch. But was Mr. Domo just yelling something? Came from the garden. Let's go take a look. We're gonna see a body. Where is the body? Oh. Domo, what's the matter? Mr. Detective, someone needs to help. It's Yoichi. Oh, what appears to be Yoichi's collapsed in the greenhouse. Let's go check. It won't open. That's why I was checking with this ladder. And I saw... It won't open. The door seems to be locked. This has never happened before. Why would it now? Well, because you weird freaks are spinning this thing like a top. We're gonna have to pry it open. Do you have any tools that can help? If we can get this between the doors... Let's try it. It opened. It's a dead body. Or just an infinite loading screen. Okay, there we go. Oh! I'm sorry, did he say he appears to be unconscious? Because, I mean, true, I guess. Yoichi? Oh no! What a tremendous loss. How many is this now? Legs trembling, throat bone dry, an alarm ringing in my head. Truly a chopped toe. It's a dead body. Once again, I lay eyes on a deceased person. Oh no. Is it Yoichi? Domon, what are you talking about? No, that can't. The response was reasonable. At a glance, no one would have thought it was Yoichi. What do you mean no one would have thought it was Yoichi? This is about as like... What do you mean his backside looks nice? It's flat. Man is fucking concave. Belts don't work on him because they slip right down into the crevice. The response was reasonable. Not someone who thought it was Yoichi Kukuri. Oh, back? Even then. The body was scattered around the foot of the goddess statue. Both arms were severed and the head had come clean off. He glared at me laying in the middle of the greenhouse with a look of spite. Hi, Phoenix. I don't think it has a look of anything. I think it has a look of my head has been removed. What happened? Why does he have a purse? Okay. Goodness. Certainly seems dead. Thanks, doctor. They don't need a doctor to tell you that. Hey, what is going on here? Oh, yeah, the sword. Yoichi. Do we think Miss Scarlet actually loved him? Yoichi's wife. It's alright, she'll recover in time. I will see to her. Diva, she's gonna kill you. Mr. Dolan, please carry her to the... I need to stop saying Diva. I've watched too many Blake Jennings videos lately where it, like... I feel like... Blake Jennings is never going to replace Mike's Mike in terms of infecting my vocabulary, but certainly is... calcifying around certain niche or situational usages of certain words. I think he's responsible for Diva becoming a bigger part of my language. I keep calling... I called my boss Diva earlier today. I don't know if she really... I don't think she took it negatively. I think she was more surprised. Anyways, everyone please get no closer to the scene of the crime. Hey, Shimobe, are you ready? All the time. Yeah. Hi, Sora. How's it going? Nice. I have been doing... Oh yeah, speaking of rhythm games, I have been doing a lot more Beat Saber. My arms are getting fucking ripped. Like, not even joking. Not even like just a flex. It's just like kind of cool. Because usually I've never really like focused on my arms. It's nice. I bought like some 1 pound weighted gloves, which is not very much until you're doing several hundred reps a minute with them. And then all of a sudden that is a lot. Or a couple... No. Actually, for a few of them, it probably is several hundred a minute because I think for Rabbit Hole, that one was like something like an average of 7 notes per second. It's like, yeah, that would become that. Well, yeah. I mean, it doesn't usually hurt that much. I had to take breaks in the middle of songs before. I actually, okay, part of the reason why I'm doing it is legitimately because like I want to work out before streams. But part of the problem is that like the amount of time it takes to get a good workout with them without the weights is kind of too long for the amount of time I have between when I get off of work and when I get to start stream. So having the weights means that it'll basically just hurt more and faster. Right. It's a little late to try and run from this now. If I give up now, I'll lose everything and be reduced to ash. I need to face this. I need to face the one behind the Kukuri family murders. I will assist you, of course. Letting this go would be a slight to the ministry. Let us begin, Mr. Great Detective. After we cook it, the third inheritance meeting begins in just 3 hours. Nobody will be satisfied with the succession if the culprit is left on the loose. We have to find evidence in the one responsible before the meeting begins. I mean, there is only one person left who stands to inherit everything, I believe. I feel like that's relevant. Horrible, both arms and his head have been severed. His legs are still intact, so I suppose it's not quite how I was, but that's right, I guess. Feels like deja vu. A dismembered body. Can't help but think of that case. Yeah. Well, we can assume it's unrelated to that case. How can you be so sure? Horse has been left behind. In that case, the culprit dismembered the body and took the torso for some reason. Yeah, the sword and the statue is a little extra bloody. That's right, my torso still hasn't been found yet. Why is just my torso taken? Anyway, I can't think about that now. I have to focus on this case. It was the same with Seizo and Tsukijiro, but this one is also quite gruesome. The arms were both severed relatively close to the shoulders. I can't find any other visible trauma. What about his little man purse? Something's on the ground next to the body. Oh, what could that be? Something of Yoichi's? Let's look inside. Oh. Lipstick with a broken cap, a cracked compact, some medicine, and other cosmetics. Judging on the content, this belonged to a woman. You have any idea who this belonged to? No. I mean, there's like only 2 women left on this island, I think. Okay, let's see if we can start. I'm gonna kill myself. I just remember the body. Why, or would it make it easier to move? Maybe make it more difficult to identify. Quite good reasoning. It's rather refreshing. Neither of this seemed to work for this case. Only the arms and head were severed. The body would still be heavy and hard to move. His face is intact, making him identifiable. We were able to tell it was Yuichi, right? We should assume this member was for some other reason. Perhaps we should leave that for now. If trust shouldn't go down. That is like genuinely worth discussing. That's not a bad insight for us to gather from him. Not that it's like a super brilliant one or anything, but like that's not a bad. That's not like a bad reveal. You know what? I want to back up. I want to see what some other stuff is. Security camera. We may be able to identify someone coming and going from that. Really would doubt the culprit would be unaware of the camera, though. Let's check the footage anyway. Yesterday at roughly 4:30 p.m. He entered the greenhouse to protect himself. He tried to stop him and I happened to cross her making a scene. No one else was seen entering. Until the body was discovered. Okay. There wasn't anything shown after 4:30 p.m. So at the time of the crime, nobody entered or left the greenhouse. We're gonna gather everything before we start doing that shit. Also, got a statue in the middle armed with a sword and shield. Also, I will say, like, did the sword swing or did someone lift him up and cut him up 3 times? Because that would be kind of impressive. Like, he's not a little guy. He's just a little guy. Except he's not. He's big. I only thought of it as a decoration up until now, but looking down on the body, sword in hand, it looks more like a demon than a goddess. Okay, let's talk about this sword that is very obviously covered in blood. This has to be a snap. Thank God. I don't lose my mind. The statue seems different from before. No shit, dude. Also, was the sword always pointed out? Yeah, it was being held straight up before. For some reason, it's being held horizontally. On a closer look, the blade has bloodstains on it. Why would there be? Could the sword have been the weapon used to kill Yoichi? If all the possibilities are ruled out, however unlikely, what's left is the truth. Shimobe, climb up there and see if you can take the sword. Okay. Even at my height, I can reach it, but I can't. It can't be separated from the statue. So it's attached to the goddess's arm then. That's all then. Thank you for trying. I can't see a possible murder weapon other than this, but it does appear to be quite a sharp for mere decoration. Looking closer at this. The sword swung down, the side facing the ceiling has bloodstains on it. Yeah, which would imply like someone was dropped on it or dragged down on it, like pulled across it. Why is the edge facing the ceiling? Shouldn't it be the other way around? I mean, I guess both sides of it kind of have blood, but yeah. What's down here? No traces left on the ground either. Even the blood is only found by the body. There's no trace of it being wiped up either. Yoichi was likely killed where his body lies. That's about all I know. Sturdy walls covering the greenhouse. I know there are no exits other than the auto door, but... Okay, well, I mean, that has to be one, right? Are you joking? What do you mean trust? We weren't even talking to anyone. Why does that fail? The mechanics of this are so annoying to me. The back of flowers are blossoming beautifully. As if they're reaching out to the deceased Yuichi Kukuri. Okay. Open using this handle in power outages and when the lighting system is active. Neither of those are applicable this time, so why was the door locked then? Mizuno and I came over after hearing Domon. The door was locked on the inside and couldn't be opened. So we had to pry it open. We only found the body within. The culprit was nowhere to be seen. There are no exits other than this door. It's a sealed room. Like, clearly it isn't. I'm just annoyed by the fact that one of these things is going to be some sort of an indication that, like, or one of these things is supposed to be the thing that we're supposed to do. Oh, can we not even... Got a bad feeling about this. Could this be our girl bosses? Being that it's at a murder scene, it would be difficult to assume this is unrelated. Which means find out who it belongs to. I mean, surely it belongs... Courtyard is usually pretty checkers. Hi, Lavender Pie. But no, it's okay. Ado turned out the lights. It's fine. So we didn't have to look at our stupid, ugly, disgusting faces anymore, or whatever. The dismembered body, that was all I got. Relatively close to I mean, like, it's basically at the shoulders. I don't know if that's the thing. No, it's not. I don't think a woman would be capable of it. You assume it's Mizuno or Yoichi's wife couldn't have done it then. Well, yes. The definition of judging a book by its cover. To make your mind up too soon. Things aren't necessarily always what they appear to be. God, Thomas the Tank Engine is just fucking sleeper cell. It's that one and Gone Fishing. That shit'll trigger it for me too. I feel like there's probably others, but like occasionally I'll just like see something on Twitter where it'll be like some random phrase that like brings back the memories of some random bullshit. Okay, also, should we look for Miss Mizuno does all the household chores with just Domon there. I'm sure much of that requires a good amount of strength. Also, how are you doing, Lavender Pie? Should have asked. Unlike in the past, there are fewer specialized types and more wide-range types. Specialized types, wide-range types? Being specialists and non-specialists? People can be strong when they let on, like those who gain strength during a crisis. Whether Miss Mizuno is a powerhouse or not aside, you shouldn't judge by looks. Like, that I don't think I should be penalized for that. I think that was like a good discussion worth having. Like, yes, it didn't reveal some grand truth, but neither did snapping at the person being like, I guess it's probably a woman's and it probably is relevant. Like, fucking kill me. Yes, dismembered body, that's not allowed. You can't find any other visible trauma, has to be the one then, I guess. If not this, I'm gonna lose my mind. There we go. Know what the visible trauma means? He was dismembered alive? Oh, I'm so glad. I think 100 line is... Oh, it's so good. I really love it. Also, I'm very excited for you to finish your first run of Buried Stars, because that one... Oof. I still think about how that one made me feel. Like, that was such a, like... Such a good moment, but also, like, such an unexpected one. I loved it a lot. Yeah, I'm really glad you enjoyed them. I'm always... Like, I don't get anything out of any of my recommendations, obviously. Like, I'm not paid for them. I think the company that made Buried Stars might not even be, like, functional anymore. I know their follow-up got canceled, which was infinitely depressing. But, like, I don't know. I just get happy when people end up liking these games, because I like them a lot, too, and I want people to join in. Anyways, the dismemberment very well could be the cause of death. Cuts on his clothes and the ends of the arms are all parallel. They would appear to have been severed fairly quickly. Ah, gotcha. No worries. I mean, I think that it's still like I think even with that, you still end up getting a lot out of it. Is there something else that we can do here? Is there something in a pocket of Yoichi's pants? Would you be so kind to check for me? Me? Fine. God, his ass is genuinely just flat. Also, there's still so much more for you to see. Don't worry. There's lots of stuff there. Anything here. If this isn't a snap, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Okay, thank God. Wait, there's something small. Yeah, his ass. Oh. What's this? suppose it's flying by. I always, that's the other thing too, is like whenever I do a game or a video that involves spoilers, I usually try to avoid giving away enough that it would ruin the game. I think the only ones where I've really not bothered with that have been Inescapable, because like the intention is not for people to play that one. V3, because I don't think that video is really for people who haven't played it. And even then, I still tried to like stagger the spoilers based on what we were doing. Same with Process of Elimination, which I left a lot of stuff out of. And like, kind of, the Your Turn to Die one, kinda, because like I tried to leave out anything pertaining to the story that wasn't specifically about choice. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's always tricky to find the balance between like giving away what's good about a game and not giving away too much. Like, honestly, it's something I've wanted to make a video specifically about for a long time. Because like Buried Stars is a game where like you can't really... Buried Stars and the 100 line are both such like, you have to trust me, it's good, but I can't tell you why. Like they're both such good examples of that kind of game. But like, that's hard to do. I think Danganronpa is worth experiencing, if for no other reason than to understand why so many people are mentally ill online. Casuals typically contain a powder drug, but it could have been taken out already, or was about to be filled. Also, why would Yoichi have this to begin with? Quite the mystery. I will say, I think that Danganronpa, at least Trigger Happy Havoc, I think at a minimum, is worth playing purely because like Danganronpa games are so foundational to this entire like killing game mini genre that like I think if you don't play it, a game like Kumitante will feel very different if you haven't played it. You know what I mean? V3 is also a difficult game to spoil because a lot of it's in the details. Like obviously you can have spoilers, but I mean, I think, is there not? What do you? Okay, so I can't investigate it anymore. Why does it? Whatever. Let's see here. Seemed like I had a hard time of it. Even the great detective tires, I suppose. It helped too. That hurts. I'm investigating on my own too, in my own way. From what I can tell, what's standing out is the console. Another way out without being caught on camera like Tsukijiro did, yeah? Yuichi's body. What could be the cause of, or what could the cause of death have been? Examining the body is key. Even if we find clues, we should investigate thoroughly. Goddess statue. Something different about it? Yeah, so... We've already done everything with that, so I guess the console, but we've already done that too. Is this the snap? I can never... Thank God. Yeah, 100 line, I think... The only way I can really sell it on people, or convince people of it is like, it is... Like, it's so visual novel. Like that, Mike's Mike made a video, or yeah, Michael's Microphone made a video about, what was the movie that he did that for? Sucker Punch. And his whole thing about Sucker Punch was like, it's so movie. Like, it's such a movie. You know what I mean? I feel like 100 Line is such a visual novel. Like, it's so visual novel. It's so VN. I think it's a game that if you enjoy visual novel, like, or at least that's how I pitch it, is like, if you enjoy visual novels, I think you should play it because you need to like, or I think your understanding of one of your favorite genres will be improved by playing 100 Line. Even if you don't love 100 Line itself, it's like foundational, or I think it will be one of those games that ends up being foundational for influencing how future visual novels are written. It's the same way that Danganronpa was influential on how killing game stories were written. If lighting system, or at least killing game visual novel, I don't want to like overstate the case for it. It's Scarlet Hollow? I don't think I have actually. Hold on, let me look it up. God, I have so many games to play. Scarlet Hollow. Oh, let me see. I actually have heard of this one. Wait, you get to pick a trait that's just being hot? I can be smart and hot. Wait, I might have to play this one then. Interesting. Oh, the hot trait's so fun. Oh my god, I need to. Oh, there's a and there's a labor strike. Oh my god, this will have to be added to the list. God damn it. I have so many games to play. Yeah, that sounds really cool actually. I hadn't heard of that one before. I'll definitely have to check it out. Part of what's really fun for me is that I'm also like I've talked about this a bunch. For a long time I didn't play a lot of story games because like I didn't have any money so I couldn't buy many games, but also like I would just play multiplayer games because I'm like I don't need to. Yeah, artist data. You're gonna have to be more specific. Gothic Affiliation Family Story. That sounds so cool. But also, yeah, I think like it is hard to date for sure, but also like people love to assume that it's some intrinsic character flaw in other people or like some societal ill. And sometimes you just haven't found someone that you like to date. Like dating is hard no matter what. I should play Wordle. Hi, man. I did play Wordle. Didn't you watch Inescapable 2 years ago? That was enough Wordle for me. Someone could have gotten him without showing up on the security footage. Inugami, can we see the lighting system's logs in this console? Also, Mint, your Jiryu art did turn out lovely 2 years ago. Inescapable was 2 years ago, yeah. We started playing it in January of 2024. And then the video itself came out. When did the video come out? It's like April of 2024? April 22nd, 2024. So that video is actually a little over 2 years old now. No bad choice. This has no good ones. Brutal. That's really interesting, though. I mean, every time it's so funny. Sure, it does appear to be a lighting system log off option on the screen. But in order to check that, we need the password. Only the administrator would know. Which one of my fucking neighbors is throwing things? Good God, animals. They're not throwing animals. They just act like them. Maybe they're throwing animals for all I know, but I don't think so. I hope not. For some reason, the log is accessible. It would appear that someone used the password to put it in administrator mode. Okay, the opportunity. Let's check the logs. Okay, Mew. System start 640 and 650. Autocorrect 720 and 730. Log from the third was you and Tsukijiro moved it. It also appears to have rotated at 1:30 last night. Why would it turn on in the middle of the night? I wonder why. It also can only be operated from the inside, so it would have to have been Yoichi rotating the greenhouse for some reason. Maybe he tried to leave without anyone noticing like Tsukijiro did. Or perhaps he was letting someone in. So in other words, the culprit. Based off of yesterday's events, I doubt he would would let just anyone in. He's pretty worked up. Yeah, probably his wife. Or at least that's what we're framing it as. Maybe the lighting system was used for something other than entering or leaving. I can't imagine it was used for the typical lighting in the middle of the night. The pretty spiffy guy? That is... will we be able to see that here? Actually, wait. What is his name? Why am I... It's Inugami, isn't it? We haven't gotten the alibis for the others. But yeah, Inugami. He is the Minister of Justice, I think was his... Yeah, that's his thing, right? Ministry of Justice? Some secret with the greenhouse? Probably. This greenhouse is stupid and weird, and I hate it. Whoever built it needs to be shot. Why is the building this greenhouse is built in gonna spin around and collapse on someone with a sword? Locked from the inside and couldn't be opened. Was it locked? Sure. No, I'm gonna kill myself. Why does our trust keep going down? No one's around us when we're snapping like this. Have we already snapped on this? I can't remember. I'm so annoyed.
停電の時と今回はそのこのドアはこのドア以外にこれが
Oh wait.
このドア以外に
No exits other than this door.
これが密室というやつだろう
But it's not a sealed one. We know that it... I don't know. Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm so fucking smart.
そもそもなぜ
Hey, Hongchi.
封鎖
Dirty
状態
Stream
に
Street.
あった
That's
のか
crazy. How are you doing? Also, why is the door sealed in the first place? Or sealed shut in the first place?
最高システムを動かし
Would
た
it be because the lighting system was activated? Maybe it didn't fully
で
deactivate
も
or
最
something.
高システムは
Lighting system would automatically shut off and rotate the greenhouse back.
だとすれば
Seems like it's 40 minutes. Must be a reason for the auto door staying locked.
そもそも
Thank you for
完
the shirt
全な
redeemed,
密室
Lavender
とは
Pie.
言えない
After all, it's not a perfectly sealed room.
中からで
From the inside, one could exit by turning the manual handle.
この温室に
There
は
may
ま
still
だ
be some secrets to the greenhouse. Probably. Wow, that was a absolute abomination of an investigation. I'm so sorry.
そろそろ会議の
The
時間
time
が
of the meeting is getting close.
もう
Have we
大
checked
体
everywhere possible?
いや
The work is not yet finished.
東大元
The darkest place truly is under the
ほ
candlestick.
ら
Look, why don't you check the back of the statue's base?
台
The
座の
back of the base? Girl, bye. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? We're sitting here being like, I wonder if this room is sealed or not. And there's just a fucking trapdoor. Girl, your peripheral vision. What is this? This wasn't here yesterday. Yeah, no It truly was a secret. I'm gonna lose my mind.
私が叩いてみて回った時は台座の中にこんな空洞があるの
Oh
って
my
気づかなか
god.
ったな
Yeah, did we not walk around the full thing? There were like 5 people in this building. And only one of them was in pieces.
簡単に
So it's likely covered in a special material to keep it well hidden.
抵抗と
There
は
must be something they really don't want to be seen then.
ワクワクするね
It's exciting, isn't it? The ladder seems to lead underground. Let's go look. Wait a moment.
もしか
The
したら
culprit could be waiting for us in there.
だから
And that's why you are going first. Why? Oh, there's no need to worry. If my suspicions are correct, the culprit is already gone. Really?
どうしよう
What should I do? Would it be safe? Can I go down?
大丈夫かな降りていいの
If that one wasn't a snap, I was gonna
迷って
need
て
to take a
仕方な
sec.
い
No time for second guessing. Let's go. It's fucking instantly murdered. Why is the bag smashed though? Wow.
何
What is this
へ
place?
え
Wow, I think there'd be such an obviously suspicious place under that
見
greenhouse.
たところ
From what I can tell, it's some sort of secret research
い
lab.
や
This gets more and more exciting,
ますます
doesn't it?
ワクワクす
何なんでしょう
What do
か
you think this
こ
place
こ
is?
その辺の機械を
Let's check those machines. We may just discover something. Alright, let's see here.
なんだろうこの
Supposed to be a
張り紙
cross-section diagram of the basement lab. Judging from the diagram, there seems to be an even larger void underneath it.
その
The depth is
地下2000メートル
2,000 meters? I see slats it then.
ほら
Look, the way to open the secret entrance on the statue base is illustrated here.
温室
Yeah, it's the sword being tilted down,
台
isn't
座
it?
の秘密の入り口を開けると
Surely that's a
ここに
snap.
使えているね
Yes. Okay, thank God.
まず第一に温室を
First, there's locking the greenhouse. Oh,
そして
then there's lowering the statue's sword.
あ
I got it.
それで
That's
最
how the
高
lighting
システ
system
ム
activated. What do you mean?
どうして
I
真
was
夜
wondering why the
中
lighting
に
system
最
would
高
be on in the
システム
middle of the night.
あれを
If
作動
that's
さ
on,
せ
the
る
auto
と
door
つ
locks.
まり
So it needed to be on to enter this underground lab.
はは
Right, I see.
温室
So
を
on top of
ロック
locking the
した上
greenhouse, lowering the sword,
剣がちょうど
that
レバー
sword would act
スイ
as
ッ
the
チのよ
lever
うにな
or
って
the
い
lever
る
switch then. Oh, I read that wrong.
おそ
Whatever.
らく
Probably who would have opened or who would have lowered the sword to open the entrance?
問題は
The question is who
誰
tried
が
coming
何
down
を
here and for what? Probably drugs. That seems to be kind of what everyone was doing down here. Something's on the floor.
ただのメモ
Just
用
a
しかない
note?
か
If this isn't a snap, I'm gonna lose it. The snapping mechanic sucks. I'm so sorry.
あ
There's something written on the back of it.
真っ赤な
Scarlet writing.
この独
I've
特
seen
な
this distinct
筆跡
handwriting somewhere.
清正の日記
Same as
の文字と同じだ
Kyoto's journal.
王という字に見え
Looks like it says boo. What could it be referring to? La boo boo.
見たこともない機械で
There
す
aren't any machines I'm familiar with. I can see some eerily colored liquid in the glass
薬剤
container.
を生成す
Must
る
be a
機械
machine for
のよ
making
うだ
pharmaceuticals. The main production. The screen is displaying an error.
生成
It's
し
had the
ようと
production
し
failed, it would seem.
薬剤
Oh, wrong button. Is that the skip button?
薬剤を生成する機械のようだね
Oh, I guess it is. That's the tobacco plant?
これは関係どういう機械
Okay, well, fuck me.
壁にはいろんなグラフや
Graphs
化
and
学
chemical formulas. Looking at these makes my head hurt.
水平
Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, zigzagium, shipnium, scotchamium.
怪しい呪文を
Someone's
唱え
changing
て
some
い
sort
る
of
人が
spell.
いる
I think I'll just distance myself a bit.
顕微鏡
Microscope. I don't have any memory of using one, but it seems nostalgic.
これを見
Have a look at
ない
this. The
しも
details for
べ
what's
れ
being
か
produced here are listed.
これは
This is a huge breakthrough.
さっきから
You seem all very
妙に
excited. What were they making?
ニコチンを
A special chemical agent using nicotine as a major component.
これは物理学
It's called
関係の
zero
資料か
gravity.
な無重力がどうとか書いてある
Oh.
重力を生じさせている
Okay.
基本的に
Observed in space.
重力がある
Gravity is
空間で
present
も
when at free fall. Zero gravity feeling is produced.
万有引力
Gravity
の
and
遠
inertia
心力
cancel each
等
other
が
out to
完成
nearly or to a force of nearly
もう
zero.
読むのやめ
Can't read anymore. Okay, well at least it didn't lower the
これ
trellis
は
because we wanted to learn more about zero gravity. Okay.
ここで作られていたのはニコチンを主成分とした特殊な
ニコチン
Nicotine?
タバコの
The
主成
stimulant found
分
in tobacco.
つまりタバコ
So
を
special
原料にして
pharmaceuticals were made here using tobacco as a base.
特別な
Special
薬
pharmaceuticals.
おそらく
Most likely,
ウイルス
virus. Virus.
異教徒の間
It's a
で
legal
出回っ
narcotic
て
that's
い
been
る
circulating
違法
around amongst the heretics. Oh, right, yeah.
高度な生成技術
Recently, a highly refined liquid narcotic called virus has become more mainstream. I would say, I don't know about poorly designed. I feel like the Zero Escape segment was a lot,
ド
like,
ラッグでしたっけ
that one was fine, and then yeah, so health was, like, I think ultimately pretty well designed. I know some people didn't like the overlay to it. I thought it worked really well. And then, like, the science one, I don't know if you can really even say it. It was basically just a straight up, like, just straight up visual novel. I feel like this one has just been the weak one.
そう
Right, to them it's some sort of ritual item required to get closer to their god.
特にウイル
The
スは
virus is supposed to sharpen the body's senses, making one closer to their god. That god is our god, right?
そう
Of course, that god.
我々に
For us, it's a god worthy of our hatred.
憎む
Hatred?
神ってのは
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
どうしようも
God is unfathomably selfish, ever toying with our fate.
面白半分で
Starts a civilization on a whim only to destroy it. Not even the lands and sea are
要
safe.
するに
Something that ruins the order of nature. That god.
そんな神から離別す
Oh,
るために
the shooting order rose to separate us from that terrible god. I don't think we've actually really gotten this insight into the faith.
リベラルな
What's wrong? Is this not interesting to the liberal private
さ
detective?
ほど興味ない話だったかな
You liberal. You non-atheist. So, what would be the shooting order equivalent of, like, you know, the white evangelicals? The Reddit atheists are the conservatives of this environment, apparently. It's not interesting to the liberal private detective?
Yeah,
No, well, I'm not a liberal.
異教徒たちは
The heretics still believe in that god.
神々の
They pray that the power
力
of God may manifest within them.
ウイルスはその
Virus
ため
is a
の
shortcut
近
for
道
that.
ってわ
How
けだね
ridiculous. Wait a moment.
私た
So
ち
to us, God is a heresy?
随分当たり
That's a
前の
pointless question.
終点
The shooting order, God is the enemy.
つまり
Thus, those that believe in God are also the enemy. I mean, I feel like we've kind of known that,
敵って
but never in this. I don't know if it's ever been explained like this. God is the enemy?
では
Then what was that goddess statue? Are these people heretic worshippers of God?
別に
I don't think that's for worship. It's simply an art piece.
昔から
I hear humanity enjoyed collecting stone statues from ancient
つ
mythology.
まりはあまり良い趣味だとは言えないよね
Interesting to talk about humanity like you're not part of it, bud. What's that supposed to mean? I think I feel like it's been fairly established that like this is probably not humanity, but like I don't think we've gotten an answer on that one. But
それじゃあ
then what's the power of God that I've been relying on up until now?
神は
How could God be the enemy?
いや
But if God's been the enemy, it's strange that God's trial is a SHUTEN order ritual.
急に青
You're
ざ
quite
めて
pale.
どうしたん
You
だ
can rest if you don't feel well.
いえ
No, I'm okay.
無理す
I
る
don't
のは
mind you
構わ
pushing
ない
yourself, but don't knock over any of those drugs.
ここで生
What's
成
being
され
produced
て
here isn't the virus that's being sold. It's undiluted.
純度
That,
100%
or the 100% pure virus is
の
extremely poisonous.
摂取すれば
If taken, you'll die long before getting closer to any god.
しかし
However, to think this was the rumored virus plant.
ついに
I finally found it. He's just been murdering people so he can get closer to this fucking lab.
薬剤を生成する機械のようだな
Oh yeah. Probably this. Right? Yes. Do you ever think about how insane it is that technology is so advanced that like I can be playing this game and within seconds, like it's a very short amount of delay between my end and the stream right now. That's so crazy. Could this be the machine mentioned in the file that makes virus?
まさにそ
I
の
think that's exactly right.
ログを
Checking the
確認
log,
すると
chemical set, okay, production process,
た
okay.
だし1時間以内にこの機械から取り出す
However, it seems that the final step of extraction failed within an hour.
ウイルス
The
生
virus
成
was
に成
successfully
功
produced,
した
but
の
it failed since it was never taken out.
そのようだ
It would appear so.
うーん
What a waste.
ああいや
No, it's nothing. He's like, I wanted my Coke.
さて
It's almost time. Shall we head back to the manor?
どうだい
What do you think, great detective? Have you cracked the Kukuri murders?
いえ
Not yet.
もちろん真
Of course,
相
the
など
world goes
知らな
on
く
even if
て
you don't solve it.
あの永遠
Much like how the world went on after the founder left, despite being thought eternal.
いいや
But I suppose only time will tell for that too.
え
What?
それについて
We can speak
は
long on that matter once this case is dealt with. Okay. Cool. I love being taunted about my own murder. Also, there's simply no way that this guy has not figured out that we are the founder. Someone's gonna have to figure it out. It's not that subtle. Okay, Llama, what's up? What's the question? Hold on, we'll leave it here.
私は遺産相続会議の準備を進めておくよ
Also, this music reminds me so much of God V3, the like, what is it, the third floor, where Kyo and Angie have their labs. Let me see here real quick. What's going on? Unmasked Truth, Shattered Dreams. I don't think I have. I will say, it is such a big pitch for me whenever a game or whenever a Steam page opens with this game is made by humans, not AI, when I Google it. So let me see here. I'm gonna check it real quick. Is it a fan game? Because it seems like it's like actually being sold. Masked Truth. Maybe it isn't. Do not play audio. Ooh, wait, this looks pretty. I'll add it to the wish list. And I'll download the demo to see about it. Murder Mystery releasing episodically in 3 massive, fully voiced English and Japanese arcs. The first arc releases in like 2026. Unmasked Truth, Shattered Dreams is probably created by humans, not AI. Honestly, genuinely, like... Okay, definitely very... Taking on a detective like role similar to those found in Danganronpa. The fact that the Somnium Files is the second one cited. Oof. Oh my god, game after my own heart. Wait, I might actually have to play this. World class. It begins with a relaxing state managed by AI twins at a lavish Baroque resort. Interesting. Let's see. Jeremy Lay. Oh wait, who is Jeremy Lay? You know that one. Oh. Sorry, Jeremy Lay. I don't know. Or Alarm Off. Alarm. Very pretty. Oh my god, they're playing Dance Dance Revolution and fishing. So does look very cool. We'll definitely, I'll put that on the wish list and I'll download the demo and we'll check it out sometime. Thank you for the recommendation. I can't say. And then I can't say. Yeah, exactly. I can't wait for this game to get through one trial and then explode. We'll see. I mean, who knows? Maybe Kumatante will finally break the curse. I hope so. I'd like to see more of that one. I'm going to head off to prepare for the inheritance meeting. Free to continue if you still have things you'd like to check. Sure. I may think differently, but I do like the truth. Also, sorry, I shouldn't go. Sorry, I mean just skip ahead with if you're avoiding spoilers. But yeah, I'll definitely add that one to the list to check out. And yeah, thank you for the recommendation. I don't know if I'd heard of that one before. Yeah. It's like remembering a dream long given up on. Anyway, I have high hopes for you. It's already past 10.
It's
10:35. The meeting is at 11. I don't have much time left. 11's a weird time to start the meeting, but whatever. Are my headphones dying? They are a little bit. Alright, well, we'll charge it during an ad break and it should be fine. Only thing left for me to do is ask around. Now, who'd ask? Oh, no. Is this... This feels like new music. Why is this a scrollable thing? You know what, let's talk to you. Himuru Mikotoru. You're there, aren't you? What's wrong? What are you all worked up about? There's something I'd like to ask you both. What? Ask already. Hurry. What is God? God is God. Do you really need further explanation? Okay, Catholic school flashbacks. Is the God trying to bring me back actually God? Or is it really some devilish being worshipped by heathens? And if that were the case, what then? What? So then God really is... Calm down. God is God. God appears not like a devil. God looks just as you members do. Members? After all, God created you in his image. And he loves you very much. And VeggieTales is another one of those ones. Going by looks alone, I doubt you'd be able to tell if God was walking among you. I feel like I'm understanding less and less about what God is. Ray, you don't have time for ridiculous doubts. We don't have time for your Reddit atheism, Ray. Whether what is trying to bring you back is a god or a devil, if you fail tomorrow, you will be ash. I love making progress on my criminal investigation. Am I really the founder? Is it really true that I'm the founder of the SHUTEN Order? Are you really asking that? You saw that video, right? How the founder looked at last year's greeting? You still think it's not you even after seeing that? Also, yeah, the 168. Okay, I was right about the number. That would also mean that over the span of a year, that number hadn't shifted until just now. Although also... I don't know what to make of that. What's God's reason for this? It's a lie that God's trial is a SHUTEN Order ritual, isn't it? Since God is an enemy to the Order after all. Reviving me has to be some sort of front. What is God really trying to do? Hey now, what are you talking about? Here we are trying to help you. I don't need excuses, just tell me the truth. Why? I don't need to be brought back. Stop the end of the world. Without your guidance, humanity will end. Oh, I feel like this is probably something that we have realized before. But yeah, so, I mean, I guess the framing of this is basically that in this oppositional situation, the existence of the founder is something that is essential for humanity to continue, which the SHUTEN Order seems to not want to do. The SHUTEN Order wants humanity to die off. Humanity was made in the image of God. His creations are bad. We don't like God. The heathens worship God, or the heretics worship God, whatever. And so the angels are trying to bring us back as agents of God because that will prolong humanity. And even though we are the leader of the cult that's in defiance of God, somehow us being alive is good? It seems this is the truth. That's why you need to be revived as the founder. If it's to save mankind, you should do whatever it takes, even heretical rituals. But that doesn't make any sense. The SHUTEN Order is looking to bring about the end of the world, right? If bringing me back to stop the end, if bringing me back is to stop the end, then that would be against the Order. Am I supposed to betray the Order then? You just need to do what you believe it to be right. Believe to be right? Let me ask this. Do you seek the destruction of the world? I don't like that. I don't like the way that you're doing this. This is so guilt-tripping. Do you wish for humanity to be wiped out? Well, that is what the Order wants. That's what I wanted, right? Ray, I'm asking you, not the founder of the SHUTEN Order, you. If you feel like you're going down the wrong path, you can give up here. But if you feel like what you're doing is right, you don't have time to doubt. You must keep moving. What are you going to do? I wonder if what's happened here is that we've been murdered. See, I don't think these angels are doing a shit job. I think they're doing a good job of putting Ray in a position where, like, she kind of has no choice. Like, her options are either to, one, give up, which, like, obviously she's not going to do, or two, follow the angels, who are giving her kind of the only direction that she has, like, the only way to know anything, but who are clearly misaligned with the SHUTEN Order. I like it. I have to move forward then. Great, I really love that about you. When this is all over, you're going to tell me everything. What you are, and what I am. Of course. For that too, then it would be best to focus on the task at hand. Right then, I'll give you some hot info then. Hot info? The third son was first to die, right? We looked over the body. And guess what? The cause of death wasn't the stab wound to the stomach. He was electrocuted. Electrocuted? How did he get electrocuted on a boat? The great detective needs to take over from here. Get on with it then. God can't tell me that, and they're gone. But I think that Seizo died from electrocution. Did we really not figure that out? That feels like something that we should have found out when we were investigating his body, but I guess not. Suppose we'll go ask around a bit longer. Let's go talk to the diva with the slightly unfocused eyes. Lobotomy and ass, motherfucker. Mr. Shimabe. Miss Mizuno, could this belong to you? Yes, that does belong to me. I mean, I think she's pretty obviously... I mean, my interpretation is she's being framed. Right? Because, like, why would she have this? Why would it be there? Why would she leave it there? Even if she somehow knew how to get there, which I think is possible. Because, like, obviously she's... like, the patriarch of this family really liked her. So it's possible she knew about all this stuff too. But then, like, why would she leave her pouch beside the body? Like, what would that get her? And also, everything in it was destroyed, which to me sounds like someone who wanted to break her shit. Like, didn't like her. But why do you have it? I found it in the greenhouse. The greenhouse? Why would it be there? You don't have any ideas? I noticed it was gone this morning, but you had it yesterday morning, though. Yes, I'm certain I did. I'm not all that strong, so I take a supplement every morning. So we talked about how you could be strong enough to do this stuff. Take a supplement every morning. I did take it yesterday, but I didn't have my pouch this morning, so I was worried. What if the diluted virus, or the full-strength virus, is what she's taking? Did you own the greenhouse? Of course not. I didn't go anywhere near it. Yeah. Mr. Shimabe, you have to believe me. I haven't done anything. Of course I believe you. Yeah, of course you do. That's a relief. I couldn't bear it if you gave up on me. Oh, I'm just a little guy. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just a little ooh baby bean. I couldn't possibly have murdered that guy and chopped him into 4 different pieces. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's okay. I'm sure that the truth will save you. Yes. You don't seem to believe that, Diva. Alright, well those are all my questions. I'll give this pouch back to you. Why are we giving her back the evidence? Are you sure? Yeah, of course. Thank you. You're so bad at being a fucking detective, huh? Is something the matter? The compact mirror is cracked. My face lotion bottle's also broken. Who would do this? They were perfectly fine yesterday, right? Yes. Perhaps whoever took the pouch rifled through it afterwards. But who would do that and why? To steal her supplements. Mr. Shimabe? There's probably an important clue to unlock the truth of this case. It must be. I hope so. Alright, then I'll take my leave here then. I don't really feel like that actually taught us as much as we wanted. But whatever.
もう少し
Ask around a bit longer. Also really didn't give us very much. And still go back to the stairs to the jetty. Oh, no, we can't. Hey, Shimobe. We've only just parted. Has something happened? About virus.
さっき話
I'd
し
like to
て
hear
た
more about
ウイルス
virus
に
if
つ
you
い
can
て
tell me anything.
詳し
I'd
く
like to tell you more, but I'm not exactly an expert on it.
そもそも
Plus, there's still a lot about virus that's unknown. Even its production. Anything anyone has heard about it was likely an urban legend.
都市伝説
Urban
めいた
legend.
ウイルスを
The main rumor was that some special method was needed to make virus. But the truth was made clear looking through that underground lab.
まさか
Thinking the structure of the lab itself is needed for the synthesizing of virus.
ウイルスの合成に必要不
It means
可
the
欠だったとは
2,000
ね
meters of space underground, right?
そういえば
Now that I think about it, that lab was shaped
研究
oddly.
室っておかしなぜか地下
Like how the research lab is
2000 メー
located
トル
above a
の空洞の
2,000
上に
meter underground cavity.
もしかしてそれが
Could that be related to virus synthesization? Quite right.
ウイルスを
The required method for synthesizing virus
無
is
重力化
component synthesization in a zero gravity environment. So you have to drop fast enough that the inertia affects it. Zero gravity?
あの研究室
It's
で
possible to do that at that lab?
信じられ
It's
ない
unbelievable.
研究
If
室
you
を
looked at the
直に
lab,
見たのなら
even you should be able to tell that it's not impossible. I still have no...
事
The
実
production machine's log displayed production process okay, right?
それじゃああ
So
の
you're saying that
機械は
machine can create a zero gravity environment?
疑うなら
If you doubt it, then why not give it a try?
いいや
Not that we have time for that. I still have to prepare for the meeting.
他に聞きた
If
い
you have
こと
anything
があ
else
る
you
なら
need, ask now. Oh yeah, so the zero gravity thing wasn't even a wrong thing to snap on. We needed to know about that a little bit more. Anyways, so basically what I'm assuming it means is that like the lower part of the structure can just fucking drop. What? Okay. I would assume that this is how the guy got killed, like chopped into 3 pieces. That the whole system must drop, like the floor of the statue, like the floor that the statue of the greenhouse... Words are hard, I'm having a stroke. The level that like the statue itself is on, like the main greenhouse level must also drop as part of it, I guess. And then the zero gravity means that he would be floating above it. And then maybe he fell on the sword, but he'd have to do that 3 times, all in pretty quick succession, which would be difficult, I would assume. Especially to have it all coordinated in the same spot. Unless he was throwing up some other... I don't know. Anyways. Let me snooze the ad real quick. Oh god.
あの
It's not about this case, but I was wondering about it,
神に
and
ついて
I wanted to ask you what you know about God.
神
God, you seem quite fixated on that today.
犬神さん
I
な
thought you might know more.
教団の神
Because I'm a minister of the order.
もしそう
If that's what you're thinking, then you're mistaken.
私にも
Even I have much that I do not know or understand.
犬
No
神さん
kidding.
は
Have you ever seen God?
いやない
No, I can't say that I have. They say you can see God if you leave the city, but I have zero interest in that.
酒も
I
草
can't even
もない
imagine wanting to leave the
街の
city.
外に
There's no alcohol or grass.
街の外に
God is outside the city?
それじゃあもし
So if I were to leave the city, I could meet God?
君は
You've been living in the city without ever knowing that?
なるほ
I
ど
see. There aren't many foolish members who leave these days. The sense of danger is
外に出
faded.
ていく愚か一応
Oh, it is also forbidden to leave the city. It's so indisputable now that the rule has lost its meaning.
街の
Meaning.
外に出ては
It's forbidden to leave the city?
外は神
Outside is the realm of God. You'll be killed if you try.
こ
Killed?
何の
Scandal.
ため
Why
に
do you think the order built up
教団の
one
街を
singular city?
神の
To create a safe haven untouchable by God.
はるか
I've heard there was a
昔
rowdy group that left the city to try and stand up to God.
無論
But of course none of them returned.
腐っても
In the
神
end,
は
God is God. He can't be beaten no matter the weapon.
だからこう
Thus
して
we chose to live within
我
our
々は
walls in peace.
ますます
Oh my god, it's diversion.
わからなくなってしまった
I still feel like I understand less and less about God.
間違った
You better not even think about leaving the city.
教祖がい
With the
なく
founder gone, it might be time to revise our laws.
いっそ
Maybe build a giant wall and surround the city. That would keep us safe. So are we in a dome? I feel like we've already done that. About the founder.
気になったんで
Can't
す
help
け
but
ど
wonder, were you close with the founder?
どさくさに
Are you trying to glean some details about the incident with the founder?
いえ
No, I was just curious. Suppose it's fine.
教祖とは
Of course, I was close to the founder. To put a name to it, good business partners?
こう見えて私
Believe it or not, I too was once torn between good and evil and almost went astray. Let me tell you a tale from long ago. It's long, but will you listen to it?
当時
We're the
正義の
founder
た
of
め
the
だった
Shuten Order,
私
but
は
the Shuten Order is an anti-God order.
とあるミスを
At
犯
the
した
time, I was a
ことで
detective of justice, and a mistake made me hit a wall.
軸を失い
Losing my focus, I fell
無
into
力
feeling
感や
powerless and
恐怖感
empty.
に苛まれてし
Is
ま
this
っ
the same alleyway where what's-his-face hits
た
that lady with the
何もかも
car?
嫌になったんだ
Losing my focus, I fell into feeling powerless and empty. I grew tired of it all.
一昨日話し
Is
て
that what you were talking about the other day that made you quit being a detective?
まあ
Right, you are.
何が
What
あったんで
happened?
す
What was the mistake?
それは
I'll tell you some other time. Oh, good God, we don't have other times.
私
Anyway,
は
I completely gave up on being a detective.
正義とか
My sense of justice and the desire to seek the truth wavering, I decided to give in.
闇の中
Give
で
in to
の
darkness.
もしかして
Could that be...
具体的
I'll leave the details up to your
君
imagination.
の想像ただそれは
However, just to flush out the criminals basking in the darkness.
あるいは
Or rather to find answers
世界
unobtainable
は
from the world of
それ
light.
だけでは自分自身がそこの
Perhaps
住
becoming
人
one
に
of
な
its
ることで
denizens I could get closer, that I might see the truth.
いやもちろん
However I put it, know that I'm not seeking affirmation.
闇は
Darkness is darkness, immorality is immorality. I chose the path of lawlessness.
そんな
Then I heard that the Minister of Justice was being replaced alongside some shocking news.
なんと
That the
その
minister was a heretic. The minister that carried out the law was a heretic?
またしても
That further caused my values to falter. I mean, to be fair, the Minister of Health is a heretic, and possibly Minister of Science, depending on how you define it, but health, definitely. That further, or not really even a heretic necessarily, just I guess like violently agnostic, which I think would make you a heretic. That further caused my values to falter.
逆に
I also thought that maybe what I was doing wasn't so wrong after all.
やがて
Thus, a certain customer came to me. And who do you think that was? It was me. No idea.
今日
The founder.
え
What?
私
Me?
私
I
も
was shaken
面
too.
倒
The very top of the order had come to see me,
何
alone.
しかも
Not just someone dipping their toes in, but to me,
ほ
a
ぼ
total
全身
outlaw.
競争
And he said this to me.
新しい法
I need you to be the new
務省
Minister
幹
of Justice. Oh, I thought that was going to be something a little bit more profound.
部になぜ
Why me?
君は
Though young, you're sharp-minded and know this country's doctrines well.
おまけに
On top of all that, you've experienced firsthand the depths of the
身をもっ
darkness.
て知って
Firsthand the depths of the darkness. Firsthands.
こんな敵
I
にじゃ
can't think of anyone more fitting, can you?
世界一の
I am a
責任者
misfit, though.
善人の
The last
神
minister truly was a
正しい
just
人だ
person.
いや
In fact, maybe too just, only seeing what was right, not caring about anything
だか
else.
ら
The fall was instant. Any waver in values or ideals, all sense of justice would go.
異教徒の
They were
ささやき
vulnerable to
に
the
もろ
whispers of the heretics.
異教徒の
Whispers of the heretics.
だから
That is why I want only, or that is why one who can accept both light and dark is right for the job.
そういう
I
もの
found that
で
only
なけれ
someone
ば
like that can carry the mantle of Minister of Justice.
皮肉です
How
か
ironic. The most suited to be Minister of Justice is a follower of lawlessness.
お断りしま
I
す
refuse. There's something else I need to do.
君が何を
I
しよう
also
と
have
して
some
い
idea
る
of what it is you are trying to do,
本当はどん
as
な
well as
人
what
物
type of
なのか
person you really are. He's call us an F slur.
私が思うに
I feel this position can help you achieve what you're seeking.
恐
I
れ
couldn't
入
keep it
れ
up.
よ
He saw through my disguise.
変装
Disguise.
巡り合わせが違って
Maybe if things were different, he would have made a good detective. He
面白い
was quite the
存在だ
person.
ったよ
Warm but strong. Bold but calculating.
何よ
You had no idea what he would
り
do.
次に何を
He would
する
make
かわから
unpredictable
ない
choices.
だから私
So
は
I decided to believe him. Believe?
信
In
じ
life after love?
彼
In his ideal? Or maybe the truth that I almost lost sight of. I wanted to believe in it.
私にとって
To me, the founder was a lighthouse shining the
教祖は
weight of
何
the
が真実
truth.
なのかを知る私
So I
は
was gratefully appointed to the position of Minister of Justice.
私はこの国
I
で
came
一
to
番
know the
法
law
を知り
more
尽
than
くし
anyone,
それで
including its holes.
最も
I was a
抜け穴を
delinquent
知る
son,
でもそんな私を
exploring those
信頼して
unjust holes.
彼は
But he still trusted me, providing me with highly important
私
roles.
だから
So I too trust him in return, regardless of what anyone else says.
いや
Or trusted him, I suppose.
彼を
I feel like a hole had opened up after losing him.
彼
Him? Inagami's been referring to the founder as him and he this entire
教祖の
time.
ことを彼
Oh my
と
god, I love that pronouns are such a big part of this.
そういえば
Shoot an order be woke. It is true. Now that I think about it yesterday, or maybe God's woke in this because we're kind of on his side. Maybe the shoot an order
む
isn't
しろ
woke.
私は女性
I have a hard time around women. I've been lied to by so many women about cases.
ま
Right, I
自
forgot
業
about that.
自得ってや
You reap
つ
what you
さ
sow, I guess. Anyways, I avoid relationships with women. Yeah, we can tell from the
もはや生理
hair.
反応として
I'm so nervous around women that I inherently get a sense of danger around them.
女性を
He was wary of women with close with the founder.
いや
Maybe he just never suspected that the founder was a woman.
そうかだから
Oh my god, and God is a woman.
特に拒否反応を
That's why
示
he
したり
hates
せ
it.
ずに
Or hates her, I should
捜
say.
査に付き合ってくれてい
So he
る
never showed any discomfort with me and even helped me investigate.
ありえない話じゃない実際に私自身
I mean, that would imply that he knows that we're the founder, though, and I don't think he's said that. I mean, I was able to tell as a woman immediately.
それにしても
So gender. But I think he was mistaken about the founder's gender the entire time.
教祖は
Did the founder not make her gender known? Yeah, I think that's been pretty...
神に近い
That's been pretty well... I mean, I guess that we don't know about the other
あえ
rats
てそうして
technically,
いたのかも。
but maybe she dared to do so because she was close to God. But I didn't feel he was lying when he said he trusted the founder. Maybe Kishiru Inagami wasn't the one who killed me. But Himuri said that the power of God is never wrong. But wait. Something's wrong. What's with the scary look? Okay, you're running on fumes. Shall we go take a break? He just said it himself. He's on the path of lawlessness. He claimed to have no problem breaking the law to carry out his purpose. Then even killing the founder, he's so respected. Why is he just doing like a sassy little, like, first of all, again, love this pose. I have this one saved for art. But also, like, he's just doing a little sassy pose for no reason. Imagine you were like deep in thought and one of your coworkers just started like striking a pose. Give me a little. This man is a con artist. I can't let my guard down. We have one more snooze. Are we just about finished? I still have preparing to do. I can't do words. I'm going to head back to my room for a bit. Oh, okay. I guess we maybe didn't need to snooze yet because that was it. End investigation. It's already this late. I need to head to the hall. The clock strikes 11. At last, the final inheritance meeting is to begin. Inheritance, murder, virus, and God. There's so many unsolved mysteries, but even still, time goes on. I really hope it ends with that incident. Please. Yeah, I'm so... If there's one thing that we can expect from this, is that it'll go off without a hitch. Again, really can't knock this game for its presentation. It's time to commence the inheritance meeting. And also, time to commence the ad break so we can get it out of the way so we don't get interrupted, hopefully, for a little while. 1:07:10. Okay, see you guys in a couple of minutes. Alright, we're back. Also, hi, Gerardo. Thank you for coming by. If you have to disappear again, no worries. But thank you for being here. Also, thank you for the hydration check. Hold on. I keep thinking about how I definitely do need to, like, you know, actually at some point go get groceries because I'm realizing more and more that I keep on thinking, like, what am I going to have after stream? Water, apparently. Now that it's time to commence the inheritance meeting. Let us be rid of any unnecessary introductions. Alright then, the survival battle for a huge sum of money. Let's get on with it. Let's just suck some grass in. Pour that big ass bag of it that we gave him for no good reason. They might survive. Where the fuck? I'm backwards? What the heck? Not the most comfortable way to do this, or whatever. I look crooked. I don't look crooked. No, that's fine. It doesn't feel great. It means I don't go deaf halfway through. Can't even imagine what's gonna happen next. Alright, then let's get straight into it. Can I say something? Oh my, and you are? I'm Domon. I work here as a servant. Oh yes, Domon. Domon. Right. There's something you'd like to say? You know, honestly, I have something that I have to share with y'all. Oh, and what opinion could you possibly have to share with us? Well, not really an opinion, that's, well, but I felt that I need to share what I saw, no matter what. Oh wait, also, okay, so the guy in the purple suit and the maid are the last two left standing, right? Well, what did you witness? Well, it's what you witnessed when we went in the greenhouse this morning. I saw a small pouch on the ground near Master Yuichi's body. Why are you bringing that up? Was you speaking of the pouch belonging to a woman? That's right, about this size. I know who that pouch thing belongs to. Is that so? Let it out then, who? Mizuno. I knew it. It was you who killed Yuichi. Girl, you were not... There's no way that this is what's making you suspicious. She's like, I never would have suspected the maid who I've been accusing of every murder and, like, is clearly incentivized to kill my husband. Man, I can't work with her anymore. What? What do you mean you can't work with her anymore? Thanks, bitch. How you doing? Mizuno killed the master. Mr. Tomon. Miss Hinagami? This should settle it then, right? That woman is a criminal, a heretic. She's no right to the inheritance. It's true that it could be important evidence, substantially proving the crime. Also really proves that it was planted like fucking crazy. Yeah, that's right, Monjade. Nice. Hope you get to rest well. I also believe her to be the culprit. If the other successors all die, then she gets the whole inheritance to herself. There's no way she wouldn't take action in such a situation. So she is the murderer. I agree as wow. The reason? None really. It just seems to fit. Is a reason really necessary? These are the accusations being made. So Ms. Mizuno, do you have anything to say in retort? She's being suspected again. I suppose it can't be helped. She's the only remaining successor. Okay, so she's the only one left. I know for a fact. I know she's not the one responsible. What do you mean you know for a fact? You don't know shit. I was keeping watch in front of her room the entire time last night. I figured that someone wanting the inheritance would target her, but no one appeared. Also, Miss Mizuno never left her room. I mean, then how would the... Oh, whatever. How would the bag have gotten out of there? I mean, I guess would have had to have been before the nighttime, but like... So, yeah, this is the Ace Attorney route. So she wouldn't have been able to go kill Yuichi. Mr. Shimobe. I'm not so sure about that. Diva. Honestly, you know what? I'm on his side. Maybe I should start making... it would be kind of fun to make like a Blake Jennings style video at some point. But I don't know if I would make it a video or like if it'd just be like a stream. Honestly, maybe I should just have like a side channel where I do bullshit videos. Or not like bullshit and like bad, but like non-video essay stuff. That would be kind of fun. Just do like a Diva Cup between the characters in various games I play. A trap was utilized in the murder of Tsukijiro. So it would only be natural to assume that Yoichi was killed in a similar manner. The murders surrounding the Kukuri family inheritance were committed by the same person. What are you getting at? If a trap was set up in advance, her alibi from last night means nothing. If she uses a trap, she wouldn't have to take one step outside. Am I wrong? True. There's more proof that she did it. I still don't really get why her eye patch is styled like that. It's so jarring. There's something I noticed with the first killing with Seizo. He was murdered by a large machete, right? On that day, I saw that machete laying in the garden and said to put it away. To Mizuno, of course. The machete is always put away in the shed. Anyone could get it if they took the time to look for it. I'm not so sure about that. I'm sure you used that tool, so fitting in your poor hands as a weapon. Using a machete as a weapon, but we know that the cause of death was electrocution. Can I say something? Oh, yeah, that's why I was wrapped up. That makes sense. Yeah, he was holding this. He was holding the knife as it was electrocuted with that wire. When looking over his body again, it was discovered that he died of electrocution. The machete wasn't the murder weapon. Well, it was. It was a wire wrapped around the handle that was electrocuted, or electrified, or whatever. What in the world are you talking about? There was a machete jutting out of his abdomen. Machetes are typically for splitting and not really made for stabbing, but I suppose death by stabbing with a machete does sound unnatural. If Seizo was indeed electrocuted to death, then can you explain what happened? Are they Shimobe? Yes, he was holding the electrified machete. Maybe he picked up the machete to defend himself, and that's why. Which would be a trap, I guess. Under what circumstances did Yuri die? The answer should be made clear, or say whatever. Let's go over the evidence in the state of the murder scene. Cause of Seizo's death was... I mean... Yeah, electrocution. I'm glad that didn't make me repeat myself. The cause of Seizo's death was electrocution. That information came from Himuru, so I'm not sure how reliable it is. Well, yeah, it's God. But let's start based on this. Are there really any signs of electrocution? If there's electrocution, there should be some trace on the body somewhere. Yeah, the fried fucking hand. Any evidence of that on Seizo's body? on his right hand. This is the evidence of electrocution. I feel like I didn't deduce that the first go around, and I feel like I'm being stupid for being like, I already knew this. Where did Seizo get electrocuted? He was found outside, so was he carried there by someone after being electrocuted? That's simpler. Could anything have shocked him around him where he was found? I think it would have to be the mooring, wouldn't it? What? I wouldn't electrocute him. To get electrocuted, we need to be a machine or something with current. But those, I mean, I guess they could be electrical. Cables for lighting are wired in it. Cables cyber resistant. I mean, I guess. Oh yeah. Oh. Actually, what if? Okay. New theory. Someone whacked this thing with the machete with the wire wrapped around the handle, and somehow. The wire was connected to him somehow, and that's what electrocuted. But then if his hand was fried, then that would imply that he was the one holding it. But I guess that. I mean, that would still. The wires on the handle of the machete would be why it electrocuted him. Reason narrows into the bridge's support. Lighting cables were exposed. Cable was cut. No mistaking it. It was cut, so it should have been, or it could have been a short circuit. High chance Seizo was electrocuted by that cable. I was thinking the mooring rope because I was like, what if the rope was like something that could conduct electricity and that was what he was holding? Maybe, I don't know. If he was electrocuted by the bridge cable, how would it have happened? Doesn't seem like it would be something someone would touch. Wait, let's look at it from another angle. Maybe he didn't grab onto the cable, but if I accidentally touched that cable after doing something, then... Wait, so what was it he was doing then? Oh, what was he trying to do? Trying to fell the bridge? They're trying to fell the bridge. That's how things were left, but the reasoning for it was... I'll take the reason for later. The answer seems to fit logically. He used to fell the bridge, he was using the machete to break the supports. While doing that, he accidentally damaged the cable. The leaking electricity went down the machete and flowed to Seizo's right hand. That led to him dying by electrocution and explains the damaged posts and burns. Where was Seizo's body found? It wasn't at the bridge. Body on a... I wonder where it could be. Could it be Tsukujiro's corpse? Could it be Yoichi's corpse? Why would it have been found in a boat? I mean, he could have fallen. But there was no indication that he had, like, massive damage. And carries the boat, the killer? How would he be carried to the boat? Isn't a great place to hide a body. Bodies found quickly, there'd be a high risk of being seen moving the body. This can't be the... Okay, So he fell into the boat. Which doesn't really seem to make sense, but whatever. He fell into the boat. Electrocuted Seizo was thrown off the cliff and... It's a rather reasonable answer. I don't know if it's reasonable, because that would also imply he fell into the boat from a pretty significant height. Like, it's a tall island. And that was a pretty small boat. They're having to get a boat where he fell. Like, this is not a stable boat. If you fell, like, 100 feet into that boat, the boat's sinking. And also, you're taking a lot more damage, but whatever. And then the boat fell directly into... The body was recovered because the boat just happened to be there. Something feels off. This wasn't some spur-of-the-moment decision. Someone set him up. It was precise and cunning. A devilish plan to achieve... Oh, was the girl the killer? I mean, this would be a trap that she could have set. Need to find proof that the boat didn't just happen to be there. wouldn't happen to drift there if the mooring rope was attached. What if the rope is typically untied? It would be sent adrift by the wind. Hi, Famethyst. I'm doing good. How are you? Also, the art that you did was very, very pretty. I liked it. Thank you. I don't know anything about before the case. I can't prove anything. No. Someone had testified. The boat's mooring rope was tied by someone. Who was it? I think it had to be someone who's still alive. It was Domon, wasn't it? Oh my god, I was right. Yes, that was in their testimony. Glad to hear. Yes, we have it around the pole here, but as you can see, it's been unwrapped. Maybe that's why the boat was floating off towards the shore. Fortunately, it was still tied to the pole, so I was able to pull it back in, but... Where is the game? We're finishing up our 3rd route out of 5. We wrapped it around the pole here. It was still tied to the pole, so I pulled it in. I see something floats to the surface with this testimony. The boat was not at the foot of the cliff by accident, and one other thing. I mean, I think this points more to Mizuno. The conclusion that we can draw is this. I like it. This route's been a little bit weaker than the others, but still pretty good. I know the answer. Fantastic. Let's hear it then. 2 mornings ago, Seizo damaged the bridge support with a machete, trying to fell it. The lighting cable was cut and it electrocuted him to death. What? So it was an accident then? Hold on a second. The handle of the blade is wood, which no one seems to be indicating. Why would he try to cut the bridge in the first place? His motive was... I know that too now. Looking at the proof, the answer is... In other words, his reasoning was to try and... He wouldn't have known about the meeting. It would have to be to kill his brothers. What? Murder goes against the Shuten doctrine. He would be punished as a heretic. As a heretic, he wouldn't receive the inheritance. He didn't know about this at the time, though. The inheritance, like the rule around this was a secret. The sabotage, or I guess the meeting, I guess the rules of the inheritance were not what the meeting was. He's trying to interfere with the inheritance meeting. They feared he wouldn't receive very much of it, so he planned on sabotaging the reading of the will to ruin the whole thing. He tried to fell the bridge to keep Minagami away from the manor. And that resulted in him getting electrocuted. Mizuno did it. I'm on board with that now. Because she did have the machete last and she wrapped the handle in wire, which it probably normally wasn't, and he wouldn't think about that because he's stupid. He fell from the bridge onto the boat floating. Also, we're down 3 trust points. We just started. This is not good. As he fell, he let go of the machete. Its fall was slightly delayed and it fell onto him and stabbed him. It wasn't just happened when he was laid on the boat. Just some bullshit. That's quite a stretch. The boat just happened to be there and the body just happened to fall in. I believe the boat was placed there by the culprit. They would have predicted that the electrocuted body would fall onto the boat. I do think the machete falling and piercing him was a coincidence, though. According to the evidence, the boat was usually tied to a post with a mooring rope. However, at the time of the crime, the rope was untied for some reason. Isn't that right, Mr. Domon? Yes. That's why the boat was floating off towards the shore. Then why did the killer plan to have the boat be there? It would be harder to discover the crime if the body simply fell in the lake. Well, the culprit must have wanted Seizo's body to be found quickly. The end of the rope still being tied to the post tells us that. Huh? What do you mean? Can you explain it in a way that makes sense? Why is she on? Like, she's just curious now. She doesn't even hate it anymore. She's just like, I'm so confused. Also, I need to turn down the gain on my mic because I keep seeing it peak. I'm so sorry. I don't know what it is. It's like fucking with this thing lately. God, why can't I find this? Let's try that. I don't know. We'll see if that works. Maybe I'll still have to turn it off. But anyways, okay. Yeah, she's invested. Like, she wants to know about the crime. She's like, I'm so lost, Diva. Someone just solve this case for me. Oh, could we pull back, making it easier to bring the boat back? The reason for wanting Seizo's body to be found was... to create an alibi? Yes. No, never mind. To distribute this. How do even die in me. I'm losing. So correctly distribute the inheritance. Correctly distribute.
ええ
It says the body sank into the lake and was undiscovered.
遺産を受け取るための条件である
Also, I hate that these sort of games don't let you get your health back from guessing right, even if it's like on the first guess. I think you should be allowed to, because otherwise it's too easy to fuck up permanently. Wouldn't be able to know whether he was living or not in accordance with will. And again, my thing with these games is like, I know I could argue certain evidence fitting in places where the game says it doesn't, and that's what pisses me off. So part of the inheritance would be up in the air. It says his portion wouldn't be correctly distributed. The culprit most likely wanted to avoid that. In other words, the culprit wanted to precisely reduce the denominator for the distribution, right? Understanding thirsty over? I mean, our twink Minister of Justice, yes. Also, I do stand with Siva a little bit. Then that would mean the killer is among the successors, and that woman is the only one that's left. It really was you who killed Yuichi then. Yori Mizuno. I do think it was her. I'm on that. I'm on board. I already told you I was keeping watch all night from the hall. And she set a trap. I'm on their side. That testimony no longer means anything. Dr. Shiratori already said that. Everything up until now has been traps. So of course we can assume Yoichi's killer would do the same, right? If the trap was set up in advance, then last night's alibi means nothing. She could have secretly set up the trap during the day. Right, if all the murders have been set by, or have been by traps set up in advance, then there's a possibility the trap was already set when I was on watch. That argument had already come up. In other words, the culprit could be... Mr. Shimobe? You don't suspect me too, do you? Yeah, girl, there was a gun in your room. Let's calm down and think. There's several. Is there any evidence that proves she didn't do it? Once you heard the gunshot. See, this would be the evidence that proves it. That she didn't have time to, except we know she did because someone just had to wrap wire around that machete. Oh, never mind. I've lost everyone's trust. It's over. Nothing the matter, Mr. Shimobe? Theories aren't quite hitting the mark. Perhaps I expected too much of you. End of meeting. I've failed. I hate it here. I can't help it. I'm stupid. Inugami got me down. I was like, I was a PI and witness and kicked off the island. I disagree with this game's logic. Oh, wait, I have to go back to the start of this fucking thing? Okay, well, let's... God, that is so much. I'm gonna forget things, too. Yordi is not the culprit. Oh, does this just bring us back to this point? Does it go all the way back to the start? No. Oh shit. Hi Raiders, hi Vesper, how's it going? Welcome in, how are you doing? Ba-ba-ba. Bat Raid, hi. Let me give you a shout out real quick. Vesper. How's it going? How is Hollow Knight? Welcome in Raiders, my name is Viveros, I'm a variety streamer, play a lot of visual novels, a lot of shooters. Right now we are doing SHUTEN ORDER. And I'm fucking bad at it. It's not even really a game you should probably be able to be bad at, but... I think I am. Yeah, nice. We're skipping ahead a little bit because I fucked up and lost already once, so we're just getting back to where we were before. But also, welcome in Raiders. My name is, oh yeah, I said all that stuff, right? I also make video essays over on YouTube. There's one in the pinned comment about how social skills are important in competitions. But there's also a whole bunch of other video essays about all kinds of visual novels and stuff that you should go check out if you haven't already. Especially if you're a subscriber to my channel, because YouTube won't show my shit to my own subscribers for some reason. Good God. It's miserable. I keep getting comments from people. I had to come over because I just learned what happened in the garden. Yeah, that was a little while ago now, but yeah, it's really unfortunate. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I keep getting comments from people who are like, "Hey, yeah, so why does YouTube not show me your videos?" And it's like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it is genuinely. Let me explain what I'm talking about, I guess. Because for a long time now, or for like the last few months, my algorithm, or the algorithm has like refused to show any of my shit on YouTube. And so I'm like just struggling. Like I am in a flop era of all flop eras over there. And so like, someone had commented and was like, did YouTube kill your channel? They're literally not showing me your videos. And I was like, yeah, they tanked because YouTube was being weird. And then I looked at that person's past comments, and their most recent comment before that had been 4 months earlier in January, being like, "Why doesn't YouTube show me your videos?" See that, like, that's not a problem. The problem is that YouTube won't tell people that any of my stuff exists. Also, thank you for the follows, Jeff. Here you go. Welcome in. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Also, Esper, if you need to get any food, water, rest, make sure to do that. Self-care is important. But if you're able to stick around, I'd be happy to have you. Sorry, I need to focus on this game because otherwise I'm going to keep getting distracted. But yeah, the algorithm has just been brutal. What the fuck? No, it is. Oh, it. I hate it here. You can't get this health back. Can I save? Not here, I guess. There's no way to do it. When it comes to YouTube at this point, the algorithm is just straight dog shit. I'm like, you know, unless you make fucking AI generated bullshit and or just post 8 million clips from TV shows and movies, which somehow don't seem to get copyright claimed ever. Yeah, I don't know. It's not worth it trying to like baby the algorithm. You kind of just have to do what you do. Eventually the algorithm will hopefully fix itself. But you know, we selected the machete. Everyone else? Yeah, I don't think I'm big enough to be on Nebula. Shorts are getting prioritized, which is also so fucking annoying, but also like they're getting rid of the subscription or the subscribers tab on mobile because apparently YouTube just wants to make itself fucking unusable, even though the subscribers tab has been unusable for a while. Like there are people I'm subscribed to who it does not show me their videos in my sub feed. It baffles me. Where was Seizo's body found? Probably in the boat where the body was found. And I think there was no way to recover trust in this. Mooring is proof that it wasn't. It was dumb on. I've thought about making shorts because I think I could probably do some short form content. I just like don't want to. I don't want to spam my followers with a bunch of random shorts and bullshit. But also, maybe that would be what a second channel would be for. But then that would kind of defeat the purpose. Oh my god. I don't know. Like this is the thing. It feels like there's no winning. Because like the shorts, like if I just post a bunch of shorts, I feel like a lot of people will unsubscribe because that's all they follow me for, and they don't want to, like they don't need that from me. Or maybe it won't. I don't know. I don't know if it'll like get in the way or bother them or whatever. Directly distribute the inheritance. I got so much wrong the first time. Slap, 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 slap. Because I guess this one and it said I was wrong, right? Is there a way for me to save at some point? I should just do that. Or is it this again? No, it wouldn't be that. Fuck it.
いやそもそも水野さんが相続
Oh, right. It's the fucking will.
これだ
Stupid.
そうだ
We're gonna save here just in case we get back. It's a fun game for the most part. It looks very pretty. The presentation is great. This route is a rough one. Or not rough, but like just not the best one. Decision should have already been made on the first day's meeting. First day's meeting? The trap that killed Seiza would have been set before the will was opened. Miss Mizuno didn't know the contents of the will, so she wouldn't have set the trap. Well, assuming that she didn't know. It is impossible to know the contents of the will before it has been opened. Hi, Cryptic. I'm good. How are you? I have heard about that Stitch. I keep seeing people saying, well, now Danganronpa's going to be in Fortnite. But then they keep saying, yeah, we're going to get a Kyoko skin and a Junko skin. Divas, the theme is supposed to be tropical next season, and it's for Danganronpa 2x2. Promotional stuff, presumably. You guys are getting Nagato Kamaeda. And by that I mean I'm getting Nagato Kamaeda because I'll end up buying it because I'm stupid and impulsive. Alright, glad to hear. Involved in all the contents of the before they're opened. Isn't that right, Inagami? But it's true. Good of you to remember. As expected of the great detective. And as Mr. Shiro has already said, the culprit of the Kukuri murders is probably the same person. Following backline. Oh my god, I love it. If Miss Mizuno wouldn't have killed Shade or say something, the others are highly unlikely as well. Nagato Walls. I mean, I'm assuming it's probably going to be Nagato, Hajime, Chiaki. What else did they pick? Junko. I feel like if they do Danganronpa in Fortnite, Junko will almost certainly be part of it. Which would probably also mean like... I don't know. I mean, I would assume... Randomly Fuhiko, yeah. I mean... Depends on if they were doing all the games, but I feel like odds are most solid that it would be Nagato, Hajime, Junko, and then Chiaki, if I had to guess. Imagine they put Kaede in it. It means Mizuno wouldn't have killed Seiza and the others are highly unlikely as well. Yeah, Chiaki being there is the ultimate gamer, Monome is the assistant. And again, the theme is tropical, and it's Danganronpa 2x2 promotional stuff, presumably. So, like, it's almost certainly going to be exclusively, or at least almost entirely, characters from Danganronpa 2. So Miss Mizuno wasn't the killer. And can't be Tagami, because his body type wouldn't fit the silhouette, or the skeleton for it. Same with Teru, can't be him. Probably also means that my man is not going to be in it as well. Our ultimate team manager. Where'd that leave? Wait. It could be Soda. It could be Nevermind. Could be Gundam. Gundam would be a fun one. Could be Fuhiko. Could be Peko. What's that trade? Guess it honestly it might depend on what kind of weapon they go with. But also, it might be a little bit of a hint about who survives longer. Because if it's anyone other than Chiaki, Nagato, and Hajime, which I feel like are the safe bets regardless of what's going to happen in the remake, if all of a sudden it's like, what's her name, Camera Girl, if she makes it in there, it's going to be like Mahiru. Mahiru is going to be the one who's there. Ibuki get the 2029 binary, I think, audience. I don't think Ibuki's making it in there. I also don't think she's making it very long in 2x2. They can disrespect her. The 4 Dark Devas are going to be weapons. Gundam's not going to be in there, but the Devas will be. Anyways. That is the truth. That's the theory. Wait a minute. It is impossible to know the contents of the will before it has been opened. Thinking about it another way, only the one who knew the details of the will could have set the traps. It's him. It's been him all along. Someone here that already knew all the details of the will. There's only one person. It can only be... What was for 2x2? Sonya Nevermind dies and Gundam and Soda find comfort in each other's arms. I don't know if Mahiro has fans, but I do think that they're gonna, if they come up with a substitute protagonist, it's gonna be her. Or if any character is going to become relevant, it's gonna be her. Something the matter, Reishimube? Why are you so pale? Look at me.
犬神さん
Inagami.
あなたは遺言状
You
に
love
つい
before
て
I skins?
確かこう
Yeah,
言って
they're
いま
not
し
gonna
た
make a Mew skin for me. Although, if they really want to get the LGBTs, imagine if they put... we got Nagito, we get Celestia Ludenberg, we get Junko. Maybe a good one for... Rantaro. I feel like Rantaro is there. It'd be a stupid combination of characters, but it'd be a real fun one for me. I'd buy them. I do feel like if they're gonna kill Hajime, which I feel like is a non-zero possibility, but I don't think it'll be right away, because I think they wouldn't do that again, or at least not again, like not first chapter. But I think Mahiru would either be a substitute protagonist or would just like something else would be going on. I don't know. You said this about the will.
内容については
Only the departed and I know the details. Is that true?
もちろん
Yes, of course. I am the face of the Ministry of Justice, after all.
終点教団を
There's no one more
代表する
fitting than me to oversee the will of the Order's largest
だ
tycoon.
としたら遺産相続の候補者だけを狙って罠を仕掛けることができたのは
And Koki's not in this one, so he's probably safe. But also, he's probably not. I would be shocked if any of the V3 characters got involved at all. I don't think Nagito's gonna be playable because I think he'd be boring if you like. Gotta remember, protagonist works best if they have a little bit less personality. And if there's anyone in Goodbye Despair who would fit the bill, I do think that you could say Mahiru. Not that she's a bad character, but she's very understated in the way that a protagonist tends to benefit from. But I think Nagito, they'd never make him playable permanently. Like maybe for a little bit like they did in the original, but definitely not the whole thing. He's too iconic as it's a menace to society. Using traps for you. You do have a point. A blind spot. It's a blind spot. I think the very Minister of Justice would... That can't be, can it? It's Unigami.
犬神騎士る
Kishiru Unigami. You were the killer? Not Ezra's wife. The one that murdered me really was you. Gotta go back. Okay. Thank you for stopping by, Cryptic. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Mahiru's tanko but likable. Well, Mahiru also... She also wasn't actively a hater. She just like... Different vibe. Bit more dimension to it. Anyways. Come on, Reishimove. Oh, and all of you too. Are you really suspecting me? Do you really think I, who administers the law and doctrine, would commit murder? Then let me say this. I did truly know the contents of the will, okay? But what of it? None of the Kukuri family inheritance will go to me. So what reason would I possibly have to kill the brothers? Because they're all involved in the illicit drug trade. That's true, Mr. Unigami doesn't have a motive. How do you explain that?
それはあの証
It
拠
easily
で
explained with one piece of evidence.
くくり家の遺
The
産
Kukuri
は
inheritance wasn't related to Kishiru Unigami at all. Oh yeah, Mahiru, I don't think she'd be your first friend at the new place, but like, you'd become friends with her like there'd be one fuck-ass shift you'd have with her. You'd be on the headsets, you'd be talking shit. She'd be like, wait, maybe you're kind of funny. Like, wait, maybe I kind of do like working with you. And then you'd be besties. Then she'd give you her TV when she moves away. At this point, I'm just headcanoning that she's my old assistant manager from when I worked at Starbucks. Who did give me her TV when she moved away, and I still have it. Oh, I hate this. I made this so wrong. Maybe this is the niche I can fill. I'll do Blake Jennings style videos, which is for Danganronpa. Which Danganronpa characters is considered a bad word for gay? And the answer is Mahiru probably shouldn't. But like, if she's mad enough to say it, it's probably justified, I think is what we'll say. Because she is an ally. I don't think she's... actually, no. Didn't she have a crush? Wasn't there kind of a thing with her? Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. The important thing is that we need to figure out what the fuck... But we don't really know what this would be. Like the fact that it wasn't unrelated to him. I mean, I guess... I don't know. Oh, okay, it was that. If it was correctly, if I remember correctly, there was an odd phrase in the will. 3. If no one fulfills the above requirement, the entire inheritance will be donated to the SHUTEN Order. If all successors perish or were disqualified, then the large inheritance will go to the SHUTEN Order, correct? So is money? You really did all this just for the money? Wait. Even if the money went to the Order, I don't benefit from it. And if it did go to the Order, wouldn't it be better for the lives of all members? That's only if you report this case, though. You're looking to settle it all here, putting it in your pocket. I believe you're all mistaken about something. Do you really believe someone could process the entire Kukuri inheritance in secret? True, that wouldn't be plausible. It's too large, it'd be impossible to hide alone. Right? Plus, I don't have any interest in money. What motive would he have if not the inheritance? Reason for Kishiru Inagami to kill the Kukuri family. Virus. Could it be... I just want to see when we get the alerts off of those. This wasn't about the inheritance. But wasn't it about the tobacco being cultivated in the greenhouse? I see. So that's it then. Tobacco? What are you talking about? The darkness of Kukuri Pharmaceuticals. Something not even you know about. Darkness? What are you going on about? Mr. Kukuri was growing tobacco in the greenhouse. You've all seen the flowers growing in the greenhouse before, right? So they were tobacco flowers. Why would the president illegally grow tobacco? It was supposedly of interest from a chemistry standpoint at first. Then some information was received from a source. The information that a component of the tobacco can be used in making a drug. Recently, a drug called virus has been causing a stir in society. Why do you, a doctor, know more about this than me, an executive? Well, I used the pharmaceutical route to spread the drugs Mr. Kukuri made to client. Oh, you're just admitting it. I was in that sort of position. Shiratori referred to Kiyomasa as a business partner before. So he was his drug dealer. Love that. So that's what he meant by business partner. I may have done it for money and crossed some bad bridges, but now it's time to step back. You think you can just get away with all that? You were smuggling illicit drugs. There's no proof left showing that I was involved. It looks like the dog of the law has soiled himself in murder, so he can't arrest me. You can't be serious. The president was secretly smuggling drugs. If this were to get out, the company would be ruined. Huh? That old bastard. Think what he was doing in secret the whole time. Drugs. What a rotten evil bastard. He should just die. Oh wait, he already did. Can we get back to the topic? Alright. So where were we? The motive. Why did Inagami kill the Kukuri siblings? Inagami, you're an avid smoker. You were possibly involved with drugs as well. You wanted more drugs. Isn't that what you were thinking? So you plotted to uncover the drug refinement method known only to Kiyomasa. To monopolize that drug for yourself. That's nonsensical. It seems like you see me as some kind of junkie. You aren't? Get his ass. Even if I was, would I really have a reason to kill the Kukuri siblings? To monopolize virus. The Kukuri family were stopping you from monopolizing virus, weren't they? And even if you knew that there were secrets in the greenhouse, you wouldn't know how virus was actually created, would you? So you picked off the siblings, cornered Yoichi, and tricked him into trapping himself in the greenhouse. If he did that, he would surely escape to the secret laboratory. In other words, it was a scheme to access virus. Well, seems I underestimated your deduction skills. Continue, please. Yoichi entered the greenhouse by himself and opened the hidden door to the lab. Even if that's true, how could I kill him? It must have been a trap. Yoichi was killed in the greenhouse by a trap that had been set beforehand. And what kind of trap was that exactly? What trap was Yoichi killed by? It is likely the greatest mystery of this case. It's okay, I've made it this far. If we think everything up to now, I should be able to reach the truth. First, let's start with figuring out the murder weapon. I mean, yeah. The sword held by the goddess statue had bloodstains on it. Actually, we might run the ad break now just to get it out of the way because we're getting to the climax of this and I don't want it to interrupt a big moment and I'm out of snoozes from before. Yeah, just 2 seconds for Persona 4. Oh my god, that's so true. I totally got to that part of the game. Actually, maybe I did. It's been a minute. 1, 2, 3. Okay. See you guys in a couple of minutes. Alrighty, we're back. Which is actually. There we go. I think it's calibrated properly. Okay. See, the sword held by the goddess statue had bloodstains on it. The murder weapon must have been the sword of the goddess. Goddess. That bitch is a goddess. That is correct. Are you admitting to the crime? No, I'm just agreeing with your reasoning. Given the situation, the murder weapon can only be the sword of the goddess. However, think carefully. I am going to refute you now. Oh, I love him, baby girl. That sword cannot be removed from the statue. Thank you for that judgment check, Lunar. He is baby girl to me, though. I don't care if he killed all these people. Frankly, you know what? If he murdered all these rich people, that is kind of diva. I don't know what to say. Like, if it were Blake Jenny's video, I mean, he gets to say the F. Obviously, he gets to say the bad word for gay. Have you looked at this man? You confirmed that yourself, didn't you? So what now? How could that sword have killed Yoichi? And this is not supposed to, or is this not supposed to be a trap? So is this the end of your theory, or will you persevere? Show me the so-called miracle of the fallen god. What? Neither god nor miracles have anything to do with this. I just want to know the truth. Even so, I can't see it just yet. I can't see. I can't see without my glasses. Scooby, Shaggy. I don't think we've been saying it right. Fuck it. Kill me. What happened to Yoichi Kukuri? How can I solve this mystery? Okay, girl. First of all, that shade of pink. Love it. But like, oh, right, yeah, this broke because it fell on the ground a bunch. So that's not my place to say, but where's my pouch found in the greenhouse? Perhaps this is a hint to something. Mizuno's pouch was found on the ground. You might have other evidence. You might start to see something. Capsule? I don't know why I'm so confident in that. Come to think of it, the pills in Mizuno's pouch and the empty pill found in Yoichi's pocket, they're identical. What does this mean? Oh, or was Yoichi plotting something? Oh, he was going to put some pure virus into her pill and kill her with that. To kill Mizuno. That's it. If Yoichi filled the pill with some kind of poison and put it in the pouch, Mizuno might have mistaken it for her usual supplement and just taken it as usual. Perhaps Yoichi suspected Mizuno, and could it be that before he himself was killed, he tried to kill... Everyone has been trying to kill Mizuno. Diva, you can't be surprised. This is the third sibling, I think, at this point, who was trying to actively murder you. But if you used a knife or hit her head, the crime would be discovered immediately. That's why you came up with poisoning. To do that, Yoichi must have stolen Mizuno's pouch to make Mizuno ingest the poison herself. And what was that poison? A concentrated virus. Yes, it must have been the concentrated virus solution. Concentrated virus solution? Apparently 100% pure virus is extremely poisonous. What are you two whispering about? Are we whispering? Why are we whispering? You haven't told me how Yoichi met his end yet. Tell me. That's what we're trying to figure out. Are you really thinking for yourself? What? You act like you've been piecing it together, but hasn't someone been guiding you? What do you mean? Hey, Shimobe, could it be that someone is deceiving you? Deceiving me? Was I right before? Blessed be the SHUTEN order. Then let me present you the painful truth. The truth, you see, isn't gentle at all. Why is that? Because reality is heartless. Come on, baby girl. Prove to me why you're not guilty. I will once again assert that Mizuno is the culprit. What? Indeed, Yoichi stole Mizuno's pouch and tried to poison her. But on the other hand, what if Mizuno got wind of it? In other words, Yoichi utilized the lighting system to rotate the greenhouse and avoid surveillance. He planned to return Mizuno's pouch to the mansion. Meanwhile, Mizuno, anticipating Yoichi's actions, quietly slipped out. Hold on, I was in front of Mizuno's room all night. There's a window without sleeping. Was there really not a single moment you weren't keeping watch? Well, I had my moments of drowsiness. Then Mizuno seized those moments to slip outside. Then she fetched a machete from storage and headed toward the greenhouse. At that moment, the greenhouse had just rotated. Yoichi ran into her from the back. There, she killed Yoichi with a machete. No way! Are you saying she severed Yoichi's head and arms? She regularly uses a machete for work, so she can manage it, right? But why? If she did go to the greenhouse, why would she just leave her pouch there? She probably didn't notice it in the dark. It was night after all. Wasn't Yoichi dismembered to ensure he wouldn't survive? How about it, Mizuno? I didn't kill anyone. Please believe me, Mr. Shimobe. And as Mr. Shimobe said, I won't give up on the truth. I want to live with my head held up high. So, yes, of course, I believe you, Mizuno. I still think that we're ignoring the fact that the wire on there was there. I don't even believe because there is truth to it. Founder always shows us the truth. That's why we believed. That's the SHUTEN order. And the truth of this world. Can you show that to us? Yes, I have to, or else we will never reach the truth. I won't give up. By the way, it's been almost 48 hours. It's nearly 12 o'clock, you know. Once this meeting is over, you and I will be done. We'll have to leave this place. Can we uncover the truth by then? All I can do is wish you luck. Great detective. Also, I'm gonna save here. Mr. Shimobe. Yes, I will definitely save you. Please save me, Mr. Shimobe. Wait, I'm slowly piecing it together. Yeah, slowly is right. Let's calm down and organize our thoughts. Yoichi's siblings were killed one by one. He feared he would be next. Believing Mizuno to be the culprit, Yoichi came up with a plan to kill Mizuno. So he took Mizuno's pouch and hid in the greenhouse. He did this to replace the pills in the pouch with poisonous ones. That poison was a concentrated virus. This should be right so far. Now where did Yoichi go to obtain virus concentrate? Where is the entrance to that place? That's right, you can only get virus concentrate from the underground laboratory. To get to the laboratory, you need to operate two things. First, use the lighting system to lock the greenhouse. Then, next, see operated. So or the goddess actually told Lever to go underground. Naturally, Yoichi must have... Wait a minute. Goddess Satch's sword could be the murder weapon. Even Inagami acknowledged it. The precise moment he touched the sword could have been when the trap was activated. Perhaps something happened in that moment. How could blood only be on the upper end of the sword when the victim, or while the victim got severed? I remembered. Everything in Mizuno's pouch is broken. And they didn't appear smashed. It was as if this fair dropped from a high place, like 2,000 meters. A fall? If the body had fallen onto the sword of the goddess statue, would the body be severed and scattered on the ground? I mean, severed in 3 places? So severing would require more force. Why even drop a body from so high? It's not something one could normally do. Normally. But in that greenhouse, it may be possible. By... I feel like it could be either of these, because you're both functionally the same thing. But this says that there's a way to do 0 gravity, so I'm assuming that's... I'm assuming that's the part that's important. Oh! Are you okay? What's with the shouting? Have you finally lost your mind? I got it! I finally figured out the trap that killed Yuichi! Mr. Shimube. What did you say? I love that little Miss Scarlet over there has become more and more of an ally of ours because she's just so curious. Like, she used to fucking hate us. She's like, you stupid piece of shit. Why are you here? You're poor and stupid, and you're not nearly as pretty as me. And now she's just like, oh, you figured it out? You're bluffing, aren't you? Will you be able to explain it with so little time left? There's more than enough time. Alright. Let's hear the great detective's reasoning. Let's hear our lib detective. It's the critical moment. The mystery of Yoichi Kikuru's murder. I just need to finish this one theory. I need to put the images in my head in order. Let's begin the greatest unraveling of this serial murder case. Yoroshigayo. I'm not saying it right, I don't know. First, let's sort of what we already know. Confirm what Yoichi tried to do and what happened and verify it. By doing this, we should be able to see what kind of trap led to Yoichi's death. It was Seizo and Tsukijiro. Surely. Now it's clear that Yoichi, still in the greenhouse, was plotting to kill Mizuno. This was by adding poison to the pill in Mizuno's pouch and tricking her into swallowing it. And there's a lot of pills in there. Was she taking all of them at once? Because it seems like that would... poison, illegal drugs, virus. Viruses were found by a mechanism in a machine concealed in the greenhouse. That machine? The chemical machine. Sure. These virus purification machines installed in the greenhouse underground lab. Oh, thanks, Juan. I appreciate it. You're cool too. Yoichi, you must see 2 things within the greenhouse. That is... yeah, lock the greenhouse and lower the goddess's sword. Not necessarily rotate, you just have to lock it. Although you have to rotate it to lock it. Rotate the greenhouse with the lighting system, keep the door locked, pull the sword. Maybe both those answers would have been correct then. This will open the entrance to the underground laboratory. On the night of the incident, Yoichi must have followed these steps as well. Bam, bam. Regarding the steps to the underground laboratory that I just confirmed, where was that information? Research room is described on that poster. At an unusual structure. For some reason, the research room is located above a 2,000-meter underground cavity. The structure will be key point in the deduction, so I must remember it. How is the virus concentrated? The logging procedure for the underground lab is also a method for creating virus. In other words, when the entrance opens, virus is simultaneously refined. How do we make virus? The answer is how to make virus. Once refinement starts, the greenhouse and the lab should enter a certain state. The keyword that provides a clue to this is written on this piece. So what is that state? When virus production begins, the lab and greenhouse falls.
これだ。生成開始と同時に
The entire greenhouse, including the underground lab, falls.
そうすると
In that case, due to the laws of physics, the greenhouse and the lab would enter zero gravity. Yeah,
研
that's
究室の
crazy.
下に
Yeah.
広がる地下空洞は
The fact they let people go off of that is fucking ridiculous. People learn nothing. Those people should have been locked onto that ship. I don't care. Like, it's probably not going to turn into COVID again because of the nature of this virus, but like, good God. Like, truly, have we learned... Jojo, have you learned nothing? The underground cavity beneath the lab extends for 2,000 meters.
その間の自由
In the
落
free
下
fall,
に
the state of zero gravity will last for 10 to 20
10
seconds.
秒は
I think the poster's just both of these. Cute. What happened to Yoichi when virus was being
ウ
refined?
イルスの生成が
Once virus purification starts and the greenhouse begins its free fall,
その時
at that moment, what would happen to Yoichi's body in the greenhouse? He'd float up, right? That's the point of this? Yeah.
温室の中
Because of the zero gravity state of the
状態
greenhouse, Yoichi's body would float,
まるで
as if drifting in space. And then it fell on the sword.
無重力
In
状
zero
態
gravity state, what would Yoichi do?
おそらく
He probably, overwhelmed by fear, tried to cling to something nearby. Oh, he tried to hang on to the
水の
sword, is
中
what they're
で溺れ
saying.
たものが
Because someone
近く
drowned.
に浮く藁をつ
That would imply that he doesn't know how this works, which is weird because does he not? Also, then why would he try and do it if he didn't already know? Which would mean someone tried to set him up, I guess. But like, still, someone drowning would cling to anything nearby.
陽一の近く
What was near Yoichi? Was there anything? The sword. But also, would that not mean this would instantly kill everyone? I was assuming that there must be some sort of a stable platform in this.
陽一
Just
は
before virus
女神
refinement
像
began,
を
Yoichi pushed down on the goddess statue sword, or pushed down the goddess statue sword.
それが
Because that was the final step to enter the underground laboratory.
だとしたら
So then the sword should have been near the floating Yoichi. So he killed himself by accident. The object that unstable Yoichi clung to was the sword of the goddess, wasn't it? So he just like hung himself over the sword and then died?
いよいよ
Well, as Yoichi gets killed.
あの三兄弟
Also, I would say that where his arms were sliced off and how they fell to the ground would not align with that, but whatever. All three brothers were killed by traps.
製造は
Seizo activated the trap by breaking the support pillar, resulting in electrocution.
月次郎は
Tsukijiro activated the trap by pulling out a book, which led to him being shot.
では陽一
So
は
about Yoichi, when was the trap that killed Yoichi activated?
実は
In fact, it had already been activated.
地下研究室
After the
の
lab
入り
entrance
口を
opened, when the
開け
sword
た
was pulled down, the trap was triggered.
その罠に
The trap was why Yoichi was killed in that way.
何に
But how?
陽一の頭や両腕を
What is that theory? Still the goddess sword.
これだ女神の剣
I feel like I assumed that would have to happen multiple times because of how his arms and legs, or how his arms and head were cut.
これに間違いない
But I guess if they were all just directly above him, maybe. Huge sharp blade and blood stains. This is it. He basically hung himself over it, and then when it stopped falling, it sliced him.
助けを求めた
Ironically, in his confusion, Yoichi was killed by the very hand he sought help from.
さて
Now the important part.
陽一は
Which part of the blade sliced Yoichi? What? What do you mean? The upper side.
これだ
I don't know if that should have been a question. I feel like that was obvious. The blade that his bloodstains concentrated on the top side.
陽一は
Which was slashed by the upper side.
だがなぜ
Why? Normally it would be the lower side. Because he fell on top of it, dumbass. The changes that occurred in the greenhouse at the time made it unavoidable.
この後
Afterwards, what changed in the greenhouse?
手がかりは
Clues in Mizuno's pouch.
中身は
Most of the contents are severely damaged.
陽一が落として
Was this from when Yoichi dropped it? No.
いや
Wouldn't shatter everything from just a normal drop, would it?
まるで
Looks as if it was dropped from several hundred meters, maybe even a couple thousand.
何百
Hundreds of meters high.
数字
Summer, does anything ring a bell?
深く
Oh, Rei Shimobe, you were never solving your own murder. The inexplicable damage to the pouch.
それと
The fact that somehow Yoichi was covered by the upper side of the sword.
これらのこ
The
と
change that occurred in the greenhouse must be that it fell. And it stopped suddenly.
これだもしも
If sudden brakes are applied, what happens?
陽一の体
The
に
inertia on
かかる
Yoichi's body would be directed downward.
猛スピー
The
ド
car moving at high speed suddenly stops, try to picture it from a top-down view.
すると
Yoichi's body would be slammed into the ground. The greenhouse free falling for 2,000 meters must have reached 200 to 300 kilometers per hour. Also, why he doesn't need to be on top of the sword then? He could have just been bashed on the ground. Brakes would apply the inertia in the opposite direction. Mizuno's pouch met the same fate, being slammed into the ground from a height of 200 or 2,000 meters. Explains the damage. Yoichi, on the other hand, at that time he was clinging to the goddess's sword, pushed down and horizontal. That's why Yoichi wasn't slammed to the ground, but... This is the truth. Got it. From this evidence, the conclusion we can draw is this. Why does he look so nonchalant in that top portrait? This is the trap that killed Yoichi. The trap likely activated between 1 AM and 2 AM when the lighting system operated. But also again, like, how are you supposed to refine virus then? The lighting system rotates the greenhouse and locks the door. Tsukijiro tried to use this to evade the surveillance cameras, but it seems this lighting system was designed to make the greenhouse an airtight chamber. Otherwise, those manual handles and sturdy automatic doors have no reason to exist. What happened? How did Yoichi end up dead? In my theory, the activation of the lighting system was the first switch, or should I say the first trigger. And the final trigger was the goddess statue's sword. Yoichi was going to the lab to get virus concentrate and pulled down the sword, triggering the trap. As the laboratory opened, the entire greenhouse fell as a zero-gravity state was created. The underground laboratory goes down 2,000 meters. The entire building was in zero gravity for about 10 to 20 seconds from the free fall. What happens then? In an instant, Yoichi's body would be floating. Yoichi, in a moment of panic, would have tried to cling to the nearby goddess's sword. He managed to grab a sword and tried to stay put. However, after zero gravity, brakes are activated. Crank it! Then an inertial force of over 200 kilometers an hour would act on Yoichi's body. As a result, the sword would be an upside-down, or became an upside-down guillotine and sliced Yoichi. Thus, Yoichi struck the floor with his head and arms severed. This is the trap that killed Yoichi. But is it a trap? Because it seems like it's just the system working as intended. Yes. This is the first time he's seen or shown like any emotion. How outlandish. Such a crazy idea. I'd love to see such a thing. Shiratori, did you know about the zero gravity device? Of course not. Yamasa never told me anything about how to prepare a virus. So I had multiple greenhouse outings. I never considered that the entire greenhouse could be a zero gravity drop device. Indeed, the wealth of the Kukuri family knows no bounds. I think such a ridiculous facility was right by the mansion where we live. The president was using such a perilous device the whole time? No, originally the brakes would have been less sudden. Well, that was the sabotage. The zero gravity was solely to refine virus. Applying sudden brakes and destroying everything inside would defeat the purpose. Therefore, it is likely that someone had deliberately made the dangerous brake system. Okay, that makes more sense. Maybe that's why he thought he was safe to grab onto the sword. That makes more sense. Okay. All greenhouse devices are managed via consoles, so something was altered. It seems the lighting system and Sashi's sword were set as triggers. Impressive, as expected of the great detective. The concept of a zero-gravity device is quite absurd, but for now, this is our best answer. So what is the truth behind this case? I can see through you. Whoever you are, minister or not, you're the one who did it, right? He's saying that, but what do you think, Grace Shimube? Just say it and wrap this up. So the name of the culprit, the one behind the Kukuri family inheritance case is... The culprit is... I mean... Yes, fuck it. All the films have committed this army. No large scale trap needed to be set up in secret. They need a motive too. He was trying to kill all of his sons. It has to be Kiyomasa Kukuri. The chairman is the culprit? What are you saying? This is absurd. That dead user is the culprit? I love this. No, wait, that's impossible. It's a series of murders while traps triggered by something. If we consider the trap can be set in advance. So Kiyomasa could have. And knowing the contents of the will in advance is also very important. There's only one person in the world who meets both of these conditions. That's right, Kiyomasa Kukuri. Kiyomasa was worried that the inheritance would end up with Yoichi and his other sons. Why not just change the will? I think that's when he decided to test it. See if anyone was worthy enough to inherit these. Oh, he said the traps. Okay. Because the first trap was like, well, would you try and sabotage this meeting? Yes? Well, get killed, bitch. Second trap was, are you going to try and kill the maid? Someone did it. They're dead because he liked the maid. The third one was, would someone try and kill the maid again, I guess? And the answer was yes. See if anyone was worthy enough to inherit the estate. All of 3 victims died to some kind of trap. These traps were designed to activate when someone tried to take someone else out. Seizo was trying to interfere with the inheritance process. Fukujiro was trying to murder Mizuno. Yoichi too was trying to murder Mizuno. Anyone who tries to off anyone else would lose both the inheritance and their lives. This is the truth behind the Kukuri family inheritance murder case. Hold on, I still can't accept this. Fair. If the chairman really set this up, you have no proof. There's evidence. Actually, Kiyomasa has clearly declared his guilt. As for the evidence for that. Alright, that's the final part. Solving this mystery will be the final step in this case. Let's think this through. Evidence that all the murders were committed by Kiyomasa Kukuri in his own declaration. Let's find it. If Kiyomasa left the declaration, it must have been in writing. This is actually kind of nice. I do like how it's written. If it's in writing, the first thing to focus on is Kiyomasa's handwriting. This is the diary Kiyomasa kept. Remember his handwriting well. Or no. And then let's search for items with this handwriting. I recall there are a total of 4 items that each had a particular feature. Moreover, since Kiyomasa's declaration is essentially a confession, the order of the items matters. Imagine his preserved message and read it clearly. Read it accurately. Kiyomasa's first message. First item had Kiyomasa's message. It was the machete, was it not? Okay, well... Oh, that's it? We're done? I'm not restarting from the beginning. You cannot make me. I forgot that I fucked up and guessed wrong twice, but also... How far back was this save? Okay, so let's see. Okay, human arrogance is this. Goddes. Maybe my arrogance is the problem, because I don't know fuck all. God, we have so much that we have to fix. Come on, game, please. It's the chemical machine. I know I'm successful. I'd like to move on to the next one so we can please finish solving this case. Good God. I guess this is what he did with his last healthy day when he was walking around. He was just setting all this up. So I thought would be why he didn't panic about the sword. He knew that the brakes were really slow, but still. God, this is such a long explanation. Again, I think you should get health back when you get things right. What happened to the floating Yoichi? Yeah, okay, so it was the sword. We didn't know that's part of it. I just wasn't sure if that was the specific bit of that section. I shouldn't skip through this stuff because sometimes I miss context. I need to remember what the part is, but also like it's gonna take so long. Maybe the sword also wasn't sharpened before or something? I can't remember if they actually mentioned that. Soft sunlight. I think if we'd read different books, we would have gotten more information about this, like in the lab. It does seem weird that we didn't really investigate the lab very much at all. Excuse me.
これが陽一さんを殺害した陽一答え答えはこれです。それはくくり清正さんです。
Okay, we're gonna save here so we don't have to come back and do that again if I fuck up more. This is the final part.
この謎を解くこと。
This should be the final step in this
一
case.
連の殺それをさて
Kima's declaration must be in
書
writing.
面であれば清正のメッセージ
What the how are we supposed to figure out what the order of these is again?
清正のメッセージ
Oh. Then this would be the last. The machete would be the last one, wouldn't it? Yes, okay.
これだ清正のメッセージ
Overheads that. 10. Is it in the book? No.
清正の
Retribution.
清正のメ
I'm stupid. I should not have taken that long to figure that out.
これだ清正のメ
you have anything that says the first two letters?
清正のメッセージ
Is it like Kiyomasa's message? Oh, wait. What is this tone? Nothing else shows that. Like this.
清正の
Huh? Did the revolver have something on it? Oh, wait. Chat, I'm so fucking stupid. It's honestly remarkable I remember to breathe. What is fucking wrong with me?
確かにこれは
Certainly it's the message left like Yamasa. The order is also correct.
全部並べ
I was trying to figure it out based on the order that we counted them, but that was wrong. The words that emerge when everything is arranged are...
わかった
Got it. From these clues, the conclusion we can draw is this. Retribution. Mr. Policeman, I left you all the clues. I gave you all the clues.
この4つの
There were 4
4
pieces.
つのメッセ
You
ー
put
ジ
together the 4 pieces of the message.
因果応報
Retribution.
つまり
In other words, what goes around comes around.
この文字が残
This
され
notebook
た
belongs to Kiyomaasa, and the handwriting matches his.
そうですよね
Isn't that right, Miss Mizuno? Yes, there's no mistake. Indeed, this matches the German's handwriting on the documents.
そもそも
After all, only the estate's owner could tamper with the system and set up the traps.
あえて因果
By
応報
deliberately
の
leaving the
署名を
retribution
残
note, he
した
intended to confess the crime.
もし全ての
If all the traps were triggered and retribution was written, only Mizuno survives. Otherwise, Mizuno would likely be suspected. That's why he left this note.
答えはこれですそう
Yes, I do kind of...
捜
Okay.
索人として
I hate this snapping... Like, I hate the mechanics around this route, but I do like the mystery of it. I think it's a fun mystery. Like, a bit schlocky and stupid, but like, in a way that I think is not bad for a mystery story to be. I don't know, mysteries are always kind of a little bit dumb. Like, or a little bit contrived, I should say. Yes, so that Yori Mizuno's right as the legitimate heir would not be lost. That's it. We've reached noon.
皆さん
If there are no objections as per the will of the deceased, Mizuno will inherit the estate.
依存のある
Does
方
anyone
は
object?
いません
No one.
それでは
Then the inheritance meetings will be adjourned.
相続人
May
の
the heir
水の
Yori
より
Mizuno
国
be
は
forever blessed.
それでは
That
これにて
we conclude the meeting. Oh, wow. I'm actually kind of surprised there was no objection to that. The others were too stunned to speak and object. I think my old theory had been that there's a conspiracy among all the workers there to like take it over, but I kind of like this one more. Ba-da-da-da-da. Inheritance meeting climax. Got through the 3rd day of the
こ
meeting.
うして
Thus, the longest 48 hours ever came to an end.
本
This
来
kind of thing should have been a matter completely unrelated to me.
無駄な
Even
時
so,
間を過ごした
I
とは
don't think I've wasted my
真実へ
time.
の探求
The quest for truth. I feel like I've learned something
犬
about
が
it.
知る
Kishu Inagami. I can't deny I owe it to him, at least in
尺
part.
だけど
As annoying as he may be. No change in the number today. Interesting. You know, for all the emphasis put on the 168 to 165, I would have expected that it would have changed more, but it really only flexes between like those few numbers, hasn't it? Thanks for coming all this way. I really wanted to talk to you alone.
会議が終わっ
I
た
was
後
summoned by Kishu Inagami after the meeting to the underground laboratory.
二人きりで
What could we
話
possibly
した
talk about, just the two of us?
遺産相
Kissing
続会
boys.
議も終わったし
Now the inheritance meeting is over. Could it be about the founder's murder case?
でも
But this person could be the culprit who killed me.
まさか
Could it be that he wants to kill me to prevent being investigated? Can't talk.
その
But if he wanted to silence me, he would have already done it. What's going on?
あれからヒメ
The
ルさん
angels
た
also
ちは
haven't appeared in a
全
while
然
now.
姿
What
を
do I do?
しも
Rei Shimabe. Yes.
まず
First of all, I must thank you for solving the case.
いえ
No, it was something I brought up brought up myself. What?
ところで
By the way, didn't you find it strange? What do you
何を
mean?
法を
That as
司
someone
る
who
べき
upholds the law,
私
I
が
didn't call the Ministry of Security to cite the murders? No, it's not strange.
それは
I That's because I, as a detective, volunteered to investigate. I'm a law enforcer. Law enforcer. Don't you think I have an obligation to report to the Ministry of Security? That's true, then why? Well, the reason is to prevent the case from being solved too quickly. Huh? You didn't want the case to be solved quickly? That's right, at the very least until one of the brothers revealed how to enter this lab. I didn't want the case to be resolved. Oop, that's why I didn't call the ministry, and despite its resources and investigative skills. In other words, you wanted to find this lab and wanted the murders to continue for that? If that's how you want to interpret it. Could it be that you knew these murders would happen before coming here? Well, kinda, considering the will, and I know their personalities very well. In fact, I was the one who proposed the idea for that will. So, did you ask me since you knew I was a detective, as an excuse not to call them? Indeed, what a super detective, you figured it out. Hold on, wait a sec. This conversation is strange. Indeed, the case has been solved. The murder trap was revealed and the culprit found. The motive was also clear, and the inheritance was resolved. Everything was settled. Yet, the way he talks is as if the incident solution and conclusion were preordained. And I believe he's the Minister of Justice. Have you ever met a politician? This man is the Minister of Justice in a theocratic death cult fascist, or not fascist state, but certainly a theocratic death cult state. I feel like this is... And remember, the Minister of Health did cause a Zero Escape game just because would allow his sister, who he is in love with, to like force someone to reveal they have the power of God. I think about it. In the meeting, Kishiro Nagami said something like that. You act like you've been piecing it together, but hasn't someone been guiding you? Wait, could it be that someone is deceiving you? It was you all along. Someone was not Mizuno. The one who was guiding me, deceiving me. It was you. So it was actually him, wasn't it? You look so seductive, oh my god. Let me tell you an old story. Huh? It's the story you wanted to hear before. It's about why I quit being a private detective. Sure. Also, okay, I'm so sorry. It took me so long to solve that case that we're getting close to an ad. We're not that far off, but I don't have snoozes left, and I don't want to stay interrupted in the middle of him telling the story. So let me see here. So we're just gonna do this now and get it done with. So that way we don't have to worry about that interrupting the flow of it in the more important part. Because it's the beginning of the story. So, we'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Okay, we're back. Let's see here. What's the story, Morning Glory? I mentioned that I was requested by Kiyomasa at that time, didn't I? Yes, he said the request was about money stolen from the safe at Kikori Pharmaceuticals. The suspect was one of the 6 executives of the company, right? Well remembered. You're an excellent detective. I know. Then I, as an even more skilled detective, successfully identified the culprit. Supposedly. Supposedly. The story about the company's money being stolen, it was a lie. A lie? The person I apprehended, let's call him Mr. Y for now. Mr. Y confessed to the theft. However, he insisted that what he stole was not money. He claimed that he only stole some documents. He claimed he had proof of wrongdoing and intended to use it to expose the situation. But no one believed what Mr. Y said, given his appearance as a petty crook. I also did not trust Mr. Y, but I believed Kiyomasa. He was strict but sincere. His contributions to our country were also significant. And as promised, the thief was dealt with internally within the organization. Mr. Y was made to resign, and that was the end of it. No criminal record was attached. You have to take the good with the bad, that's what Kiyomasa said. To achieve greatness, you need your ideals and to accept all kinds of things. As one who aspires to be a just detective, it seemed like too naive an attitude towards evil. But perhaps I was the naive one. Why do you think he was naive and the money was being stolen was a lie? A few days after the case was solved, Mr. Y was found dead. Scandal. According to the Ministry investigation, he overdosed on drugs and drove himself to suicide. Just before Mr. Y's death, he was seen in a downtown area wielding a knife. He was reported to have been rampaging and spreading nonsense. And finally, he gouged out his own eyes and died. Oh my god, the lie, the Somnium Files. Committing suicide via drug overdose breaks many doctrines. No doubt he was a heretic. Indeed, it seemed a fitting end to he who stole company money. Thought this until... What happened? A series of bizarre deaths followed, involving people having their eyes gouged out. It was really a sensational case. You probably remember it, right? Well,
警備省
the
は
ministry suspected a connection with a notorious murderer who did something similar.
私に
But I
は
didn't think so.
なぜなら
Because most of the victims were somehow associated with Kikuri Pharmaceuticals.
そしてそ
And
の
among them were the remaining 5 suspects from the theft case I solved.
これで
There was no one left who knew about that incident besides Kiyomasa and I.
さて
Well then, great detective, what do you see from here? Silencing?
口封じ
Silencing, right?
その
That's right, no doubt about it. At the time, the doubts and anxieties were beginning to well up inside me.
ある手紙が
A letter
私の
arrived
元
for
に
me.
届いた
The sender was
Y
Mr. Y.
Y 氏は死の直前
It seems that Mr. Y sent me a letter just before he died.
その頃
At that time, for some reason, I was moving my office location, so delivery was delayed.
手紙の
What did it say?
窃盗
The
事
truth
件
about the theft.
あの時
At that time, Y had claimed the wrongdoing was no,
不正なんてものじゃ
was
ない
true. It wasn't just that.
くくり清正
Kiyomasa Kikuri was involved in a crime that could have toppled our country.
その証拠となる
Mr. Y never learned. The evidence materials were a secret ledger and manufacturing procedure notes.
彼による
Those were the actual stolen goods he took.
えっと
All the crooked accounting is one thing, but what about the manufacturing procedures?
言い忘
I
れ
forgot to mention, but the drug that led to Mr. Y's suicide
それ
is a prototype of a certain drug that would have spread through the country.
ある
A
ドラ
certain drug. Virus.
ウイルス
Virus? The very same virus that was being developed here?
国を転覆
A
させ
crime that could
た
end the country.
もしかして
Perhaps Mr. Y was trying to expose illegal manufacture and distribution of virus.
ウイルスの
The illegal manufacture. Yeah.
そうだ
Precise.
先ほどの会議
As
でも
revealed in the
明ら
meeting,
かになった
Kiyomasa Kikuri was secretly selling virus to heretics.
それで巨
He
万の
amassed a fortune rivaling the national budget.
彼を
It wasn't his chemical manufacturing or tobacco smuggling that got him rich.
ウイル
It was
ス
a virus.
え
So Kishuru Inagami knew about this?
くくり
The fact that
清正
Kiyomasa Kikuri was making virus?
Y 氏は
Mr. Y was trying to tell the public,
そして
and he failed.
いいや
Or rather, I stopped him.
犯人とし
I
て
still remember his
正
face when I said he was the culprit. I resent myself for immersing in the thrill of the mystery solving, playing detective.
し絞め
I want to
殺し
strangle myself. No, don't do that. You can't do that,
なぜ
Mona.
清正氏
Don't
が
ever say that.
窃盗事件を警備省に
Now you understand why
通報
Kiyomasa didn't report the theft, right?
盗まれ
He
た
didn't
もの
want the
を
stolen
見られ
items
て
to be
は困る
seen.
からさ
Virus is a matter of national treason.
一発で
An instant death penalty.
清正氏は
Kiyomasa
全て
twisted the
握り
details
つ
and
ぶ
asked me to solve it, all to cover up the truth.
誰が盗んだ
Perhaps he wasn't sure who stole it and needed to confirm.
盗まれた物
He wanted to get back the stolen evidence right away, but he couldn't trust the ministry.
いっそ容疑者6
Don't say
人を
that.
全員
Mona,
殺す
don't you ever say that.
そんな
Meanwhile,
派
2
手なことを
seasons later, she's like, you
一
should have killed yourself, Mona. You should have let me watch. Also, hi, Mitzi. How are you doing? People who have not watched Pretty Little Liars, truly, if you want a campy murder mystery, I mean, Ryan Murphy kicks himself every day for not being the one who came up with Pretty Little Liars, and I'm certain of that. Call off your techno boy toy. Or I tell the cops that your mom hides in the lasagna box. Adam Lambert just showing up performing on the Halloween train because they have to have a Halloween train, of course. You're gonna wish you died when you fell off that cliff. Or doesn't she say, I wish you had died when you fell off that cliff at some point too? Anyways, killing all 6 suspects, offing them all at once is too conspicuous and dangerous.
殺すにしても
If he was gonna kill them, it had to be one by one, but there wasn't time to spare.
この状況
So it was better to leave it to a novice detective like me. Do you understand?
いち早く犯人を突き止
Somebody
めら
seemed
れ
likely
そ
to
う
identify the culprit quickly, yet not have the influence.
犬神騎士
It's
が
like how
私を見出した
Kishiro Inagami discovered me.
私は
I acted exactly according to
清正
Kiyomasa's
氏の
intentions and
動き
achieved the expected results.
Y 氏は
Mr. Y was captured and the evidence needed for a trial recovered. Kiyomasa won.
私が君に
Remember when I told you that?
君は自
You
分
act
で
like you've been
推理を
piecing it
組み
together,
立
but
て
hasn't
たつも
someone
り
been
で
guiding you?
実は誰かに誘導されていたんじゃないかい
Yeah, well, Mona says that in like season 3 or 4, where she's like, I wish I just died when I fell off the cliff. She's like, no, Mona, don't say that. Don't ever say that. But then in like season 5, I think it is, she's like, you should have killed yourself. Like, I wish you had died. I didn't think she said you're gonna wish you had died when you fell off that cliff. I thought she was like, I wish you had. Stitch. I don't know if Ryan Murphy could have made Pretty Little Liars. He probably could have made it more problematic, but it does a good job of that all by itself too. Yeah, I've been piecing it together, but hasn't someone been guiding you?
君はその誰かに騙
Could
され
it
てい
be
る
that someone
ん
was
じゃない
deceiving you?
あれは
That was directed at myself back then.
清濁合わ
And
せ
you have
飲
to
ん
take the good with the
だ
bad.
違うオダクを飲ま
It's
された
wrong.
の
I was the one who took the bad. Oh yeah, you're gonna wish you broke your neck when you fell off that cliff. That's what it was, that's right. Wait, but the evidence reached you, right? How? Wasn't it collected by Kimamasa? Professor Y just hid a part of it before he died. For example, by swallowing it. Swallowing it? Is that why our torso is missing? Because we swallowed evidence? Yes, Mint. Leah Michelle is the one who can't read and was singing telephone in glee. But what is being missed by this description of her is that she was singing telephone with a girl because she was jealous of her. And this girl didn't really realize she was jealous. She thought they were just vibing together. But then she sends her off to a crack house to try and sabotage her ability to audition against her. Was her name like Sunshine or something? Or Sunny? I don't know. Anyways, important thing is Leah Michelle sent her to a crack house. She does take herself way too seriously. Mr. Y, who foresaw his own death, probably placed his last hope for the future in me. So is that going to be what happened to us? Is yeah. If you haven't seen the performance of it, it is really funny because she is like getting like right up in, and that girl is just vibing. She's having so much fun. She's singing along with Rachel because she likes Rachel. She's like just having a good time. Rachel is like murderous. It's so funny. Anyways, I think it's gonna. What the point of this is that the reason our torso was stolen is because we swallowed some evidence that holds us. Bleep. Bleep. The evidence of Kimamasa's virus crimes is indeed reached you, didn't it? Wouldn't it have been better if you made the accusation based on that evidence? Yes, I tried to. But I couldn't. No, I became unable to. The curse of silencing reached me as well. Huh? A group of heretics driven mad by virus attacked my office. Probably agents of Kimamasa. My office was destroyed and the evidence was stolen. Are you alright? I barely managed to escape. Fleeing is the one thing I'm good at. Oh, party. Love that for him. Barely managed to escape. Fleeing is the one thing I'm good at. Which means Leah Michelle, not very woke of you. Although, I guess weren't all of her issues or all the things that people have said were like not good from her? Wasn't it mostly racist? No, that's a defense of it, to be clear. But I guess she also didn't do anything transphobic. Did she? Probably not. I guess we don't know. Anyways, the important thing is, fuck Leah Michelle. Corazon, one of those pages. Yeah, Ryan Murphy really got into his J.K. Rowling bag on that one. Anyways, there's no guarantee that I would remain safe. I'm the only survivor who knows about Kimamasa's crimes. That's why I decided to quit being a detective in Hidden Darkness. In darkness, what's... Yes, it's as you think. By surrendering to darkness, I also made it clear that I was on Kimamasa's side. And I tried to create the impression that I was a fool who wasn't taking the investigation seriously. I was pretending. Of course, while playing the fool, I planned to secretly keep investigating. As I mentioned, I was looking for answers that couldn't be found on the right side. So as an act, all that until now is a performance? Oh, God, this pose is so slutty. Never. I mean, Naya Rivera. Look, if someone existed in the same general vicinity as Naya Rivera and did not feel threatened, that's a lack of perception on their part. Fucking brilliantly talented woman. It is we did lose I say generational talent. I think that if she had lived longer, we would have seen her go and do some crazy good shit, and it's a real shame. Like, obviously, that's not the only reason why it's tragic that she passed. Like, everything about her passing is very tragic and, like, heartbreaking. But, like, God, she was just so, like, there's so many good moments of hers. I think a lot, like, I didn't even really watch Glee that closely. My sister did, which meant I hated it as a kid. But I still think a lot about the smooth criminal performance she does with, like, the performers on the cellos against the guy from the Warblers, whose name no one remembers, who cares. But like her in that black hat. Car, someone? I don't know about that. Or I can't. Oh, Amber Riley, yeah. Smash the windows of your car. Amber Riley again. Insanely talented. Like it's she did deserve better for sure. Do you know the expression the mummy hunter becomes the mummy? No. Am I able to save here? J'accuse. Mr. Nakami. As I said many times, I don't need to be affirmed no matter the excuse. That's how and why I quit being a detective. As a follower of the unlawful, I intend to condemn Hikimasa from the underground. Eradicate the Kikuri family's drug business. That became my life's mission. Oh, so we didn't accuse him. Have you managed to find clues since then? No, the investigation has been endlessly difficult and treacherous. I had no investigatory power and certain restrictions meant Kiyomasa must never notice. It was really a hopeless situation. It seems that since then, Kiyomasa has become even more cautious. Everything was cleverly hidden, and I couldn't even catch a hint of it. It was at that time the founder came to me. Oh, wait. To arrest you as a criminal? No, that's not what I meant to do. You were going to be arrested? His invitation... Yeah, no, I'm not... Looking back, that invitation was quite the boon. It would provide me with the authority to openly investigate, the world's top authority. Even if I couldn't take direct action, I could research while investigating other cases. I can also access past case records at the Ministry of Justice headquarters for clues. Moreover, the founder knew my true intentions and even approved this behavior. Even now, I am grateful to the founder for this. So what happened next? I made considerable progress thanks to my position and started to understand things. Things like a Kikuri family secretly growing tobacco as the raw material for virus. She already knew about the tobacco. Why was it left unchecked? Just catching them for that wouldn't do much. Tobacco is legal, but cultivating it isn't. Unfortunately, I couldn't secure evidence of it being sold to the heretics. Even if we quickly arrested them, it wouldn't amount to much of a crime. Worse, someone could be framed for the crime or could be covered up. Kiyomasa Kikuri was cunning. I suspect he bribed officers from the ministries. A half-hearted investigation will only allow him to escape. Then he would hide it all. It made it impossible to find the source and the hidden routes of virus. To prevent that, we needed decisive, irrefutable evidence. Like discovering a hidden Kikuri family virus production family somewhere. Yes, right here. I was looking for this place here. I was determined to find it no matter what. I was determined to enjoy this. But there's actually no way that he intended, or actually tried to incite these incidents. And then, finally, the chance presented itself. I was approached by Kiyomasa himself. Was it consultation about the inheritance? Oh, no, at first it was just minor things like business advice or complaints about his sons. It seems he was assessing me, wondering if I was still looking into the past case. Fair enough. This case, I think it turned out really well. The mechanics sucked, but the story was good. After a few meetings, he must have assumed I had apathy. He confided in me that he was dying. I was really shocked by the reality that this man will soon die. I was also disappointed that I wouldn't be able to catch him alive. At the very least, I must bring virus to light. I had to expose the Kikuri family. I knew Kiyomasa was worried about his sons who would inherit the fortune. The family's downfall was sure. They didn't get along, so dividing the inheritance would surely fail. He didn't want to pass it on to anyone in the company either. They were all just yes men. They were all likely to betray him after his death. He couldn't trust anyone. And then I was so surprised. He repeatedly uttered words of regret. Like, why did it end up like this? He talked about adopting 3 sons as a backup, but how he made mistakes in raising them. He micromanaged the entire company. As a result, no one could grow. I have nothing. He sounded like he regretted his way of life. Maybe his illness mentally fatigued him. He no longer had that intimidating presence. He also mentioned that the only person he could truly trust was Mizuno, his daily caretaker. It was written in his diary as well. Seems like Kiyomasa was truly grateful to Mizuno. I felt like it was too late, however. Kiyomasa came to me for advice. Is it possible for Mizuno to inherit all my assets? That's when I had an idea. Using this, I came with a plan to wipe it all out. I honestly love him. My fruity little husband. He's just that will. I did, and Kiyomasa immediately accepted my idea. Seems he'd hoped the inheritance might bridge the gap between his sons and Mizuno. But as seen from the prisoner's dilemma, it'd take a miracle for such a situation to arise. Can I ask you something? Did you know they were going to die? Yes, I knew it was likely. Although that was only after I found out Seiza was dead. From then on, I realized that I would never get conclusive evidence with him alive. In fact, it was also pretty close to what I predicted. The only thing I didn't expect was your talent in solving the case. It would have been fine if it remained unsolved, since I found this place. As long as you had evidence of virus, you didn't care about anything else? Correct. It's no matter for me who dies or who inherits the estate. It's terrifying. You didn't care if Mizuno was framed or even killed. Did you want to take revenge on Kiyomasa? As in, you couldn't forgive him for using you? Revenge? Nah, probably not. Well, I did hold a grudge against him for crushing my dreams. That was just me being naive. Thanks to him, I got the chance to get where I am now. But I wouldn't say I'm grateful to him. Simply, there was a mission I had to accomplish. I had to negate the mistakes he had made. Do you think Kiyomasa intended to kill his sons from the beginning? No, that's not the right way to say it. Do you think he thought it was okay to die and gave in to one's desires? That's... Well, yes, he did set up such dangerous traps. Incorrect, the answer is no. Why? In the plan that Kiyomasa and I devised, the traps were supposed to maim, not kill. At worst, they would have ended up unconscious and sent to the hospital. As long as they believed their actions would get them killed, that would be enough. But the traps that were actually set were entirely different. They were all traps devised by the Reaper. But why? Have you heard what happened the day before Kiyomasa's death? He had been bedridden, but suddenly was able to walk. Yes, he was seen walking around the mansion, I heard. Kiyomasa changed the traps during that time. He added the blades, or the metal to the handle. But the disease may have caused more damage than expected. His body becomes so weak that he can no longer get up on his own. In the end, he even used it on himself as a stimulant. Virus. What? Virus? So that was the special medicine that Domon mentioned? Without a doubt it was virus. What would administering virus do? I guess Mr. Y, after the crime, he took his own life. And how about Kiyomasa? Believed the murder of his own sons? The virus is a very scary drug. An overdose of it transforms us into different people and drives us into a frenzy. Oh my god, it's the despair disease. That's why we have to completely eradicate virus. Is virus really such a terrifying drug? I mean, that would suggest there's maybe some other people who might have taken virus. Is virus really such a terrifying drug? Why do the heretics want something like that? It's said to be a ritualistic item for getting closer to God. So it turns them into who they should be. You do understand how the virus got on the SHUTEN Order, right? I just had to make my life's work to eradicate virus. There's also a way to repay the founder for accepting me. Kishiru Inugami, are you really the one who killed me? Maybe so, maybe not. When we talk, let's understand what kind of person you are. If Inugami's the culprit, then as a result, we'll have to take your soul back from the culprit by killing the murderer, which means we fail. Are you even capable of killing? But finally, my fervent wish has been fulfilled. In the end, I couldn't arrest Kiyomasa. He managed to cleverly evade punishment. He was a horrible man. Inugami, I understand why you planned something like this, and I get your feelings as well. Really? Even though I don't understand my own heart? Please take this seriously. What I'm saying is, whatever the reason what you did was incitement to murder. Even if that wasn't your intention. Is this what they call negligence? Not really caring if someone gets killed and just turning a blind eye? So I guess the great detective's next job will be to pursue the instigator. I have another job that needs urgent attention. That's right, you're investigating the murder of the founder. I think you need to atone for your sins in some way. It's not for me to judge, but I know. If the founder were still alive, I would have sought it to have him punish me. Really? The founder? I was thinking of resigning from my position at the Ministry of Justice when this was over. Despite the feeling that he would have forgiven me. Yet I remained determined to leave it all behind. But since the founder passed away, that became an impossible dream. How can I make up for it? If I were to save the world, would I be forgiven? Maybe. I'm just kidding. But if I had the chance, I would like to give it a try. Being some kind of hero. I always admired that thing called justice. Well then, that was a long story. Thank you very much, Reishimabe, for listening to it all. But why? Why tell it to me? I keep on accidentally right-clicking for some reason. That's why it keeps on disappearing. I mean, if you hadn't, no one would have ever known. I wonder why. Maybe I just wanted to get it off my chest. So what are you going to do now? I have nothing to do, so I was planning to go and die somewhere, but... Huh? I never know how seriously I should interpret what he's saying. But meeting you has changed my mind. Meeting me? If there are detectives like you with such unpredictable futures, then life may be worth living. Are you praising me? From now on, I want to watch closely as you solve cases. I want to support you. How about it? Would you like to hire me as your assistant? I can be paid after cases are resolved. Sorry, I don't really trust you much, Inugami. You're also a suspect of my murder. Even in that meeting just now, you pretended to be the culprit. But it was you who suspected me, wasn't it? By my calculations, that was the shortest way to get to the truth. And it was fun too. Well, enough joking. Shall we head back now? Everyone's probably waiting for us. Mr. Inugami, you haven't forgotten your promise, have you? That once your request was finished, you would tell me the rest of the founder incident. Yes, I haven't forgotten. I'll tell you when we leave. But only if the area off the island is still safe. What do you mean? Come on, let's go. If we stay any longer, we'll catch virus. Here's the exit. What does he mean if it's not safe? Still at 165. We are down 3 dead bodies. I need to get better sound. Hey, Mizuno. I mean, President Mizuno. God's gonna do some bullshit. Despite being accused at the meeting, you stood your ground with remarkable bravery. It's a great skill. You have an important skill set for the company. Please help us. Oh no, the fly's already buzzing about. How shameful. Look, Dr. Shiratori, don't you agree? How pathetic. Old hag. Huh? What did you just... More importantly, Mizuno, what do you plan to do with that greenhouse? Me? Nothing really. In that case, how about you leave the management to me? I have some knowledge about drugs, so it wouldn't be too bad if... Discussing such a plan in front of the head of the Ministry of Justice? I'm not impressed. By the way, Shiratori, upon returning, you'll be questioned at the Ministry of Justice. The evidence was in the log in the underground laboratory. I still haven't forgotten how you called me a murderer. That's not... As for that greenhouse, the Order will take it over. After all, it'll be dangerous if virus falls into the hands of heretics. You were saying that. You're going to use it for yourself. Let's just pretend I didn't hear any of that. After all, I'm in a good mood today. And all of this is thanks to the discovery of an interesting talent named Rei Shimobe. Wow, I have a feeling something exciting is going to happen. I just want to confirm one thing. You are really not the culprit in the Kukuri family murder case. The great detective has already provided you with an answer, hasn't he? Wasn't that correct? I mean... Master Seizo's body's been brought to the mansion. May have been an unlucky boat, but it's the only way to get to the other side. Oh, it's okay, I don't mind. Are we gonna burn to ash in the boat? The boat needs rowers. Oops, shit, sorry. Hey, Shimobe, it's your turn. Me? Someone likes bossing people around. Did you say something? No, definitely not. Or rather, when we get to the other side, please continue with that topic. Oh, yes, of course. But still, it's wordy. This is your punishment for not trusting me. We'll do the talk tomorrow instead. Now's not the time for joking around, you know. Well, I don't really understand, but then I'll go ahead and wait on the boat. That's right. Don't you need to bring your friends on the boat? What? They are here, right? The 2 suspicious ones. You knew? Let me give you a word of advice. Don't believe what they say. He does know more than he lets on. Well, I'll be waiting to go and say your goodbyes. I love him. I wish his route was better because I like him a lot. The 2 suspicious ones he means. The angels, right? Don't believe what they say. Himeru, Mikitoru. Why am I trying to get myself back? What for? The Order? For God or just for my own sake? What's wrong? I'm starting to lose track. Mr. Shimobe. Ah, Ms. Mizuno. The meeting ended without any issue. What can I say? I'm glad you're alive. Well, thanks to you, Mr. Shimobe. If it weren't for you, I would have probably broken down and confessed to a crime I didn't do. I don't think so. Mizuno, you're such willpower. Even after inheriting a fortune, it wouldn't corrupt you. Thank you so much for everything. For someone like me... You're doing it again. Oh. Uh-oh. I still can't get rid of the habit. But I feel like I've become a little more positive. As for the inheritance, I haven't even been able to comprehend it yet. I hope I can use this money to help improve the SHUTEN Order, even just a little bit. SHUTEN Order. Nothing, you're right. To make the Order a little better. Yes. One last thing. Can I hold your hand, Mr. Shimobe? Of course, you can hold as much as you want. Mr. Shimobe, I'll never forget today, and about you. Girl, what? This can't be. Mizuno, Mizuno, was that a gunshot? It's the heretics. Shimobe, run.
I have a feeling that I'm in danger.
Why the heretics? Just run, hurry. You cannot die, right? You cannot die. What do you mean? Could it be a reincarnation thing? Kishu Inagami, who is he really? If we survive, let's meet again. Oh my god. Oh, Diva down. Mizuno, Mizuno, hold on. Girl, she got shot in the forehead. She's not you're supposed to be happy. Wait, over here, over here. Don't bother with that corpse. Let's get out of here. But I'm sorry, Mizuno. I mean, there's literally nothing more you can do for me. You know, I get that it's sad, but like... Oh no, we got shot. My body can't walk anymore. What can I do? That's a serious injury. May not be possible to repair it. Then what can we do? There is still plenty of time until the next dawn. It is unavoidable. We should finish it for her. Well, I guess she's useless now, so there's no other way. So, I'll see you around. Yes, Ray, you did your best. Although, I guess that wasn't enough. Wait, there's... Where are we going? Himeru, Migatoru. Hello. Oh. One last thing. Can I hold your hand? Or you can hold as much as you want. Wait, Shinobe, I'll never forget today. Never forget. You did your best. Although, I guess that wasn't enough. I mean, we didn't bleed when we got shot a bunch, so we could still never forget. Don't believe what they say. Never forget. Never forget. So they just... The Ministry of Justice complete. God, these guys are just sexy. I love them so much. To be continued. They didn't even give us a chance to pray to God. They just said, fuck you, bitch. You are DEAD. 167 remaining. Oh, wait, no, so that wouldn't be... So that can't be... Or at least not all three of the people who died could count. Or no, I guess... Would Caesar be dead by now? I mean, the minister survived, or we don't even know if the minister survived or not. There's a very good chance he's also dead. They were heretics, and yeah. Where am I? Do we remember it this time? Good morning, Ray. You awake? Incarnation went well. I was expected of the founder. 2 ministers left, yeah. Oh, do you remember? Do you remember what happened before this? What happened before this was, after another brief time, my body's engulfed in flames, I woke up here. That's right, exactly. The fact that the other 2 routes are supposed to be shorter. Your memories have probably carried over. Reincarnation works. The power of God granted only to you as its chosen one. The memories before that are still unclear. I don't remember anything about being the founder or anything else. Well, that's how it goes. Nothing has been resolved yet, and you're still in a temporary body. Secure God's trial, your resurrection will not be achieved. Of course, you remember about God's trial, don't you? Dating sim and horror game, yes, those are the 2. Dating sim is supposed to be, I think, the shortest one. We might be able to get through that one in a single stream. Rituals make my murderer confess their crimes. Wait, if the culprit's confession reaches God, Mary's body will be restored, right? And you'll be resurrected back to normal. Also, I've heard that the dating sim one isn't the best route, which is a shame because I really like the design of her. Wait, did you say there's one more thing to do? Go to soul or something? Yes, you remember all. To finish the ritual, you'll have to take your soul back from the culprit. Take back my soul? How? We already know all this multiple times now. By killing the murderer. It's actually the most important part of the whole thing. Confession is the only part of the rite. Revelation to identify you must be killed. Why do I have to kill him? I mean, what does killing the culprit have to do with taking back my soul? In that, I'll tell you, about the order's sacrificial rituals. Sacrifice. Long story, so I'll tell you another time. But now it's enough that, it's enough if you get that in the order. To die means to transfer your soul. So you die, you transfer your soul to a robot. Natural death returns the soul to the world. You are killed, so it's taken. Obviously, you can't really revive without it. Still, killing someone. You can't do it even though they killed you first? Okay, end this game. Let me also add that not everyone who gets murdered can take God's trial. Only a chosen few granted reprieve from death by God can attempt it. I'm chosen? Correct. Also, in that sense, you're required to see it through. But having to kill someone during your next life sounds extreme. This ritual is nuts. Nothing wrong with me because I can't comprehend it. Not important. Don't worry about that right now. The debate over whether we can kill them, or we can wait until we've identified who they are. You don't have any objections about finding them, do you? Well, the ritual won't start unless you find them. If you don't carry it out, your temporary body will be reduced to ashes. You'll cease to exist and experience true death. Deadline is at dawn on January 5th. Only 3 days left. Just 3 days. Don't worry, as long as you're with us, you'll face no real death. No way. Getting back to your murderer. It's highly likely they are one of the top 5 ministers of the Shooten Order, but considering the time left investigating each murder or each minister's impossible task, what do we do? Choose the most suspicious out of or each one and send him out. Then over the last 2 days we gather incriminating evidence to make him confess. Snipe him out, but what if we get the wrong one? No need to worry about that, we can simply use the power of God. If you do that, Ray, you'll only need 1 shot to pick out the culprit among the suspects. Only 1 shot? Of adrenaline? That's right, because the power of God is absolute. There's no way you'll miss. Are you serious? Good grief, wouldn't it be about time to start trusting the power of God? You risked your life to get that info on the truth, or get info on the truth and you came back here, didn't you? With that divine protection, you should be able to pinpoint who the culprit is. Sorry, our words a little bit. I'm sorry, the melatonin's kicking in. Remember, you only get 1 chance. Make sure to gather evidence within these 3 days. Choose the culprit from among the top 5 ministers. You should already know which the minister is a murderer. This is a task only you, with the power of God, can do. Identifying the culprit. What are you do it? Identifying the culprit. Hurry, hurry, decide who the culprit is. The name of the culprit is predestined. Reveal it here. I'll give it a try. My murderer is. The murderer of the founder of the Shooten Order is. We haven't done this in a while. Yeah, actually, now I think about it. I guess we usually do use the power of God throughout the route. Sometimes more than, like, in science we use it a lot. But in health we still use it a fair amount. We use it like once in all of Justice. Alrighty. Come on, game. Honoka Kokoshkan. I love this music. I need to download this so I can use it as like background music for stuff because this is so fun. Again, look at this design. Honoka Kokoshkan wants to fall in love, a passionate love that'll drive her mad. Then a fateful encounter leads Honoka to partake in a crazed game. In order to get her to confess, you must first make her wish come true. Romantic adventure? Question mark. Then our last one will be Manji Fushicho. The Conjurer of Words. As they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Same goes for love. And that's where we're going to save that one. And that's where we're going to be done for tonight. That's it. We finished the Ministry of Justice. We only have 2 left. We have education and we have security. And then we'll finally get to figure out who it was who killed us and chopped stuff into a bunch of pieces. I'm very curious to see what her personality is like because we really didn't see much of her so far. I think she was the quietest one in that first meeting. I think she's also like still pretty young. Relative to the others anyways. But either way, let's see here. Let's see who we're going to raid out to. Again, if you haven't seen the schedule already, it is... Oh god, don't make me hear myself. It's going to be a lot of other... a lot of Shooten Order. Let me see here. Who can we raid out to? Who is live? I think I have rated out to them recently. I'm trying to like figure out who I haven't rated out to, but who I also want to show, or who like isn't ending early. Sorry, this is like harder than it should be to find someone. I don't even live, but I haven't rated. Oh shit. Oh. Tenchi, I'm so sorry. We were just looking for someone to raid out to. Welcome in, raiders. Hi, hi. Terrible timing. I'm so sorry. Why does everyone else get to have an ass emote except for me? Tagger it. Oh no. You were the people who's on the list I was trying to figure out if I should raid out to. Anyways, shout out to Tenchi. Thank you for the shirt redeem, Stitch. Yes, I hope your league went well. Tenchi, thank you for the raid, everyone. My name is Viveros. I'm a variety streamer. I play a bunch of stuff, a lot of visual novels, a lot of shooters. We just finished up our third route in Shoot in Order. Let's make video essays over on YouTube, that sort of thing. There's one in the pinned comment, but you should also just check out all of them in general. It's just some love to the videos so that they can eventually finally overcome the algorithm hating my ass. But yeah, I hope the league went well. Again, Tenchi, I'm so sorry that we're not able to like extend it because I am, unfortunately, I'm too tired to keep doing it anyways. Because I took my melatonin and it's kicking in. But let me see. Oh, actually, I know who I raid. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. We'll raid out to JC the Art Witch, who's doing Tomodachi Life. Yeah, again, thank you very much for the raid, Tenchi. I appreciate it. I'm so sorry that we're ending right away. For everybody else, we're going to raid out to JC the Art Witch. We'll start that here. And we'll get the raid messages. First one is for subscribers. Second one is for everybody else. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Whether you're here for some of it, all the bits and pieces are got here right at the end. Like I said, the rest of this week, basically, we're going to be playing Shoot in Order every day until we finish it. So either we finish it by the end of the week, or we'll, I guess, be doing more of it next week. I think we'll be finished by the end of this week, though. I think we're doing enough streams of it. Anyways, yeah. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, for more shooting. I think we're starting at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Yeah. Thank you very much. Peace out. Goodbye. Au revoir. And say hi to JC for me.